I think we got like a second or two of everyone's scream there.
Really?
Maybe. Well, we got like I think Andrew has like a gate or something on because I heard like a little like and then it like cut him off because it was too loud. I guess.
Well, that's some bullshit.
Well, anyway,
I can
next
yell
time
so
I'm
much
using
louder.
this, it's not going to be
Assassin's Creed
personal.
where?
On Facebook.
Yeah. Well, hello everybody.
Hello.
It's D&D time.
Welcome back after 2 weeks.
2 whole ding dang weeks.
We did take a week off. The like chill week we had, off air last week was enjoyable though.
Yeah,
Although,
it was.
Now that I've shared the picture of my character that's just Garrus but a cleric and a dragonborn, it's all I've been able to think about, and now I get to get back in the Audra mindset. So,
Alrighty, who would like to recap what happened last time? This started right after the interesting raid on the foresters or the deforesters, and you start off on the boat, and people can take it away from there if anybody recalls. If not, I can start to.
We parked the boat. Got off the boat. I think we might have sent the boat somewhere. I don't remember, but it was away from Waterwheel, I think. And then we went and hid out in some barn, and for a minute we were really concerned that the yaks were going to tell on us because snitches, y'all. And then everybody had a dream. I don't
had one of their dreamy dreams.
I don't remember anybody's. It's been a long.
That's
2
okay.
weeks.
Nothing important happened. Anwar made a deal with his.
That's right. He made a deal with freaking Agonazar, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'll help you get out." Especially because I think somebody else was also going after him to release him, and it was kind of like a, "Yo, do I want some unknown variable releasing ancient evil upon the lands, or do I want to do it? The sweet boy, baby boy, cinnamon roll, sweet roll boy."
Sweet roll. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Anwar dreamt about his ancestor scarily tempting him to open the bottle to release the genie from the bottle. Chimera reached out to her alternate universe self.
Purposely for the first time, yeah.
Yeah, so it seems she was able to lucid dream in another time stream, not the sacred timeline. Audra dreamt about a robot she met in the woods who is now her god.
Yes, the becoming.
Hunter dreamt about Ronan again, and he was like, "What's up, man?" And I was like, "I don't know. Do you have visitation rights, or how's this work exactly?" It's like, "We'll work it out." And Rain, I want to say there was water and fire. I can't remember exactly. What was in Rain's? I know there was a cat.
A nightmare with the Cheshire Cat and
yes,
falling and stuff.
I almost posted the cat from Dark Souls because that's what I was thinking of. That one.
There's a cat in Dark Souls?
Or at the very least, I conjured up the Madness Alice Returns one. The really gaunt, super fucking creepy Cheshire Cat. That's what I thought of. Yeah.
That one had some really cool art.
Oh yeah, and a lot of info was kind of dropped through. Well, in Audra's dream, apparently the Becoming believes that Rain may know something about something that could lead to information about Aura's death. And speaking of Aura, apparently she's alive in the alternate timeline.
How did we confirm that, or what's the suspicion there? I know you mentioned that, but I don't recall exactly how that came about.
In the alternate timeline that Chimera was visiting, Audra was not with them. The group that was out partying or in Waterwheel was Keone, it was Hunter, I don't think Rain was there. It was Aura, and it was the robot.
Right.
Arantis.
Okay.
Arantis. And that's who ended up helping Lukilazog in the forest. That's who continued on over to Waterwheel. That's what we're operating on over there.
And
Cool.
it was mentioned that Aura was a druid. Beyond that,
Yes.
you did not get.
Right.
There
okay.
was no elaboration beyond that.
Gotcha. I just couldn't remember how we learned that. But yeah, okay, got it.
Yep.
I guess
think
technically
there was
not
a-
everybody knows that. I think Kumira was just talking with Anwar about that. Like, just like, hey, what's Audra's sister's name? Aura, and it's like, ah, shit. But like, because that's exactly how Kumira talks now.
And then we got to Water Wheel
We caught Mr. Krabs.
through the water. Someone kept bringing up fucking giant crabs like an idiot
Who the fuck
And-
does that, right?
and spawned crabs into the world.
Hey, they were
And,
delicious and buttery.
And Anwar was reunited with his family, who had been turned out to be in hiding at the bathhouse of the Water Genasi friends of the family. And basically, he was like, "Here's what's going on. We joined Tsunami, and we're bringing the system down. We've done some crimes, but not all crimes. But yes, those crimes."
Richard, real
but
quick,
not
what's
that crime.
tsunami stand for again? your backronym?
The secret underground organization of mutinous individuals, something
The
like
secret
that.
underground network of aggrieved and mutinous individuals.
Yes, there you go. You got it.
Sounds like fucking Magneto's team.
Hey, he's Magneto in my book.
Well, after what we did to the logging camp, I don't think we don't have much room to talk.
Yeah,
But
we did some
Anwar
bad things.
explained everything, and basically his parents and sister were like, "Listen, if the Marwan name has been tarnished by these Empire scum, that we gotta fix that and set it right. So we'll join you in whatever capacity you'll have us." So they've been officially recruited to the resistance effort, albeit not quite sure for what yet. And now we're learning about a madam in Waterwheel who might have ties to the resistance.
Who we're a bit suspicious of. I don't remember quite why, but for some reason, like I don't think there's any tangible reason, but I remember like the entire party was like, something
About who?
That doesn't feel right. About like this madam. You're still muted, Sid.
No, I don't think that's an accurate read.
No, she either sought out or interacted with Opal and
Right.
offered her an in to be like, spy for me, and it's like, bitch, what? Like, excuse
Okay,
you?
so we did have a reason
Like,
to
Yeah, there's a
be
little bit of
suspicious.
like.
Okay, I just remember like, regardless, like unanimously, we were all like, let's see what this madam's all about.
Also, we're looking
So-
for Jack Alltrade.
Oh yeah, Jack Altrade. So did Audra tell the other party members about what Opal had said?
Right, because she told
Or-
Audra that in confidence.
I don't think it's come up yet. I think the madam came up in a second conversation. Like I know like the whole party is aware, but I don't believe it's because Audra told them. I think it came up in another topic of conversation.
The madam has come up in a number of conversations because she's kind of the go-to person in town as far as like resistance stuff. So I think Hunter's known a bit about her and might have shared some of that at some point. Also, I think it was insinuated that the people who the Water Genasi who are running this bathhouse had connections through her to get to this Jack Altrade fellow who was looking for Anwar right now.
Right, yeah. So we have a reason to check her out regardless.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
All right, and so with that, yeah, we kind of left off where you all had essentially been talking in this kind of like underground kind of area where like all the inner workings of like the pool heating and stuff like that are going on kind of beneath the first level of the bathhouse. That's kind of where we left off. And at this point, it's still pretty early morning. Actually, no, that's not true. You guys started your long rest really late, so you got up at like noon, so it's probably like 1 p.m. by now.
Well, what's first order of business then?
Well, it certainly seems like this madam has more than a few connections.
Y'all
Imagine just during
wanna-
all of this, you're hearing like a room, kind of like heating other stuff going on. It kind of sounds like you're in a steam engine room. And
So maybe we should get
also, I
out of here
think-
before we get.
I'm pretty sure Hunter is also like finished like chowing on a giant steamed crab.
Yeah, got a lot of crab legs. There's none left over. I was a little hungry. Peckish even. Maybe we should get out of here before we felt one of them tinnitus.
We should probably be disguised if we are going to leave.
Huh?
We are looking for most of you.
Huh?
Oh yeah, part of the recap. There are wanted signs for 5 of you. Sorry, no, 4 of you.
Right, yeah, there's none for Rain.
Oh,
You go.
I'm able to disguise myself.
As can I.
We should probably find out if hood and cloak is going to work here. Though, Richard, the Water Genasi friends that we have, being the rather vivacious and full of life people that they are, would it be fair to say that they have a decent amount of makeup and cosmetics used to beautify or pretty themselves up?
I would say, yeah, I think so.
You know, I've seen them on certain Genasi holidays wear traditional makeup and garb. It's possible, if we're nice, that they might be willing to help administer disguises on those of us that are lacking in that department.
If not, I was potentially thinking of using the soap.
The
The green
soap?
soap. Yeah.
To what?
Doesn't it, like, I don't know, didn't it mutate skin or make it look weird?
It does,
yeah,
it leaves behind something when you...
It's like it, the area of skin it heals, it like turns into like weird goblin flesh.
Yeah, something like that. That
Troll flesh, yeah.
might be a little extreme, Chimera, although if you really want to do that, I suppose I could fix it. I think I do have a couple new ideas now that I've got a better grasp on where my power is coming from.
I mean, do we know how it works? Is the soap itself cursed? Like, are the suds cursed? Or is it, like, moving the curse to somebody else? Or...
Well, when I had my tattoo removed, it extracted the needle, and that was that.
Or perhaps I could just make 2 of us invisible and we don't invoke any curses?
I think that's probably a better idea.
We're still shy 1. So,
Well, I technically don't have a wanted poster for myself yet.
aren't you... How high in the Empire were you, though?
Just an officer, there's hundreds of us.
Will you be possibly recognized?
Well, I'm not in uniform.
The second we step outside, there's just Rain effigies, like, hanging on every street corner. It's her!
Or 2, I suppose. So
So only 2 of us can disguise ourselves then.
Inga did have the spell for it, but I haven't had the chance to learn it yet.
How long would that take, Rain?
How long does that take? I think it's 2 hours.
Yeah, that sounds right. Is it an hour per spell level? I think that'd be 2 hours then.
Learning spells, copying spells. 2 hours per spell level.
2
But it's
per
a first
spell
level
level.
spell. But it's a first
that-
level spell. So.
disguise self.
It's alter self actually.
Alter self is a second level, I'm pretty sure.
It is.
it?
It's a nice second level too.
Which would be 4 hours then.
Correct.
It is a second level. Okay, so that would be 4 hours. Yes. But
Sid, you're
she
right
could
over
turn
there.
someone
Looks like that
else
sip
entirely.
hit a little hard.
And actually, there's a problem with that too. It is also a concentration, as is invisibility. So it's one or the other.
Okay. Well, then I hope they don't recognize you, Rain.
I can wear a cloak. As long as I'm not wearing the uniform, less of a chance that anyone's actually looking for me, I suppose.
All right. Well, we'll have to put your shield away again.
Yes.
I'll fix that tonight, by the way. I've been told once the waters change in here in the evening, it provides enough sound.
All right.
So I guess what all do we need? I'm gonna get these. If we need supplies, do we want to just head straight over to the madam's place then?
Madam's is the only thing on my list.
Oh, so?
I mean, like, if we
we
go
don't-
shopping and there's anything else we want to pick up, because we got a bit of gold each, cool. But Madam was the only thing I was thinking of, personally.
I needed to get those jewels appraised at some point, but that doesn't have to be a whole divergent path.
Well, and I think Rain mentioned needing gold dust.
Yes.
Okay.
Could we
So
not
that's.
grind our gold into said dust, though?
I have no idea. I
I-
don't know what
I-
I'm doing.
I think that'd be fine. It would probably take some time to do, and you would probably need, like, I don't know what, not alchemist component. I'm not sure what that would be to get, the kind of grinding tools.
I have mason tools, so I think that would be pretty good at grinding.
Yeah.
Andrew just
something
raised
else.
a
Yeah,
good
that's-
point in the chat. We should still have that leper mask that I made for Arantis back in the day that Rain could also wear.
Oh yeah, he would have left that behind too.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
So he left.
I'm gonna
he
add
left
that to
behind
my
the
inventory.
mask. Yeah, he left behind the mask, the wand, and the book with all the like geography and all that other
Alright.
stuff.
I just added the leper mask to my inventory. I totally forgot I made that for him.
The
so
what mask?
it's not. We didn't actually give it to a leper, Rain. We gave it to
It's
a
magical and it gives you leprosy. It's pretty wild. Here, put it on your face.
It's Rain. It's just like one of the ones that the outcasts would wear. When we were traveling with the Warforged, we told you about. He wore it to disguise his face.
It's only
It-
slightly
Oh.
used.
It came into no contact with actual disease, and it's my
It is a
handiwork,
bit-
so I do stand
we
by
know
it.
It's a bit big for her, but
True.
I mean, she could make it work probably.
Yo, why does that leper have a
Probably
giant
good
face?
thing that it's big.
It's just the party
Yeah,
and then just a
yeah.
bobblehead Rain in the background. Funko Pop Rain.
Big mask. It's a lot of leprosy under there, you know?
Hey, for that
A lot of
it's
stuff
like,
falling off.
for that Smash Brothers Photoshop I made, we got a new. That's Rain's alternate costume is the leper mask. But Rain, if you're comfortable with that, it may be a little large. We do have it, and if it can disguise a Warforged, it ought to be able to disguise you.
Absolutely. We should use anything we have to our advantage. She'll put it on.
Yep,
If
I'll
she
hand it
can
over.
get like a cloak or even just like a large tarp from this place, she'll put it
I
on.
had to like take all of my clothes with me when I sold my house. I'm sure I have a spare cloak.
Okay.
I mean,
Um,
I've got the Vanta Black if you want to borrow that. If I'll be
That's rad.
invisible anyway. I just need
There
it
is
back when
that.
it's.
There is also like a whole stack of warm towels ready to go. They're just like white, completely white bath towels that I guess they wouldn't have a hood over them
I
though.
haven't had a
Well,
haircut
so
in
the-
so long. I haven't had a warm towel on my face.
We'll sew them into like a little cultist outfit.
Okay. Well, she'll put on something. I don't think she won't take the Vanta just because you should probably keep that in case anything goes wrong.
That sounds good. I'll do that.
I have robes with a Maban pattern, which now I realize will forever symbolize the day my father died.
Are you
Oh,
sure
good.
that's not
wear
a?
those.
Are you sure that's not a Mabim Bam pattern?
Uh,
No.
I'm
Okay.
sure.
Could be a typo.
Um,
You never know.
Okay. Well, Anwar's father, it appears that people are about to leave. Anwar's father will say, well, son, be careful out there, and when you get back, we need to discuss this armor. I want to know how you made it, what you put into it. I need to know everything. This is fantastic work.
Oh, right. Yeah. We have a lot to get caught up on. And as he says that, Anwar's going to hit a button on his chest, and the helmet's going to go, and then like a shimmer of an illusion, and he's going to become a slightly overweight white with a mustache. He's going to become Braun Hamstrung again.
Nice, sweetheart.
It's like, yeah,
Absolutely
we'll
incredible.
work on that. I'm sorry, I'm still working on the voice. It's very difficult. I don't know why I picked such a heavy-set person, but I figured less people would want to talk to this person.
Oh,
Joke's on you.
Well,
You
okay, then.
acquire just random ass people that are like, I want to be this fucker's best friend.
You walk by like a meat tavern and they try to give you free samples.
Please teach me how to fight.
Will you be my dad?
Audra's going to just use her one a day disguise self with furball magic, and she's gonna make herself look like you'll have to remind me of the name, Richard, but she's gonna make herself look like that two-spirit giant from the Berserkshire squad.
Oh.
Someone-
Okay.
For the
Well, actually,
record,
no, hold on,
someone
hold
else
on.
may or may
Wait,
not
hold
be
on.
one.
I'm sorry.
That's-
are
wait.
you picking like a worse fugitive?
No, I was about to say, as soon as I said
Well.
that, I was like, no, wait a minute, that's still rebellion.
Yeah,
You never mind.
disguise myself as
Never mind.
Marilyn Manson.
Osama bin Laden.
Hitler.
Saddam Hussein.
Avoid dis-
Yeah,
you know.
okay. I take that back. That's not who I
Really
disguise
low.
myself as. I'm gonna disguise. All right. Okay, Richard. Here you go. Richard, this will be. This only click for you. But she's gonna disguise herself as this sort of somewhat wiry-looking human blacksmith kind of looking person that none of you will recognize. Hold on. I'm trying to find what I sent to Richard.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. now.
Yeah. Just so I can describe. I don't know where it went, but
He's gonna look like a brunette human blacksmith
Yep.
with a bit of a baby face.
Yeah. And look
Alright.
around, and she'll look around at everybody, and well, I take it none of you recognize this face, which hopefully means nobody out there ought to recognize it either.
Is it someone from STEM Garden? Because I'd like to roll a history check with advantage.
Sure. I'm not
yeah,
bothered. That's up to you, Richard.
Yeah, I'd say like if that's the person you're picking, then yeah, I'd say it's
Yeah.
open to. They may have seen him in town at some point.
If not, I'll disguise myself as the leader of the rebellion.
I just rolled normal.
He looks like a Backstreet Boy. I mean, it looks like a bard you saw once.
Huh. Bud, you're such a goon.
Oh my god. we're back
Um,
again.
He feels familiar to Aganazar, but not really. Not totally sure.
I want to roll 2, damn it.
Sure. I mean, you're also
actually-
from there.
Because Aganazar's in kind of the crafting field, I'd say you would recognize that this looks like you can't place where or when, but you know he looks like a crafter you've seen in town before. It's about as much as you know, though.
Okay.
Like when you've been hawking your wares in Smith Row, you've seen him in Smith Row,
Alright,
but it's
cool.
been a while.
You look vaguely familiar, but it seems like you won't get too much attention, so that's good.
Yeah. Feels kind of weird to have human features, but it'll do the job.
Right?
This
know-
is very much like the polyjuice potion scene from Harry
Yeah.
Potter, where they all like it's Daniel Radcliffe pretending to be 8 people pretending to be him.
Yeah. You know, I wanted to disguise myself as that one giant we met from Berserkshire, but upon thinking about it in my head, that would be a laughably bad choice.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. I don't know if it's better that Sidney was muted for that part or not.
Especially with the rainbow mohawk and like all the other things that stand out. Like, look at me!
I'm just gonna pretend like that was all a flash forward where Audra, where she's like this disguise, and as soon as she walks outside, everyone's like, it's them, and then just like starts attacking with
like
spears.
Our little posters are like 1,000, 2,000, and then above that is a huge, the big 3, 1 million.
It's one of those. It's one of those posters they like throw down that hangs off the whole side of a building.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that in the original timeline, you did transform into her, and Chimera's just like, nope, and uses that Nat 1 power.
Absolutely fucking not.
Switching over to a different timeline where you turn into somebody else.
Oh man, what was that character's
All
name
right.
though? Because I do not remember.
Tamsin.
Okay, I remember thinking they were super dope, but yeah. All right, cool. Anyways,
They are super dope. Super dope and super recognizable. All right, so I guess at this point, the main way to get out is actually to go up into the bathhouse that you've snuck into at this point. And based off of kind of what you've been hearing so far, it sounds like there might be a light bit of traffic in there.
Meaning what? Exactly?
Meaning that there's probably some people there besides just like workers. Sounds like every once in a while you can hear a bit of footsteps or chatter muffled between floor.
We got customers.
so
Is there any
so
way
this
to
one is
come
the middle
out
of the
of
day.
the? Is there any way to come out of like the changing room so that it doesn't seem like we're coming out of the back?
Anwar, why don't you go ahead and roll me a history check just because you've been here before? You might know.
So just to paint the picture now, we got Chimera and Hunter are invisible. Rain's dressed as a leper. I'm an undisclosed artisan, and Anwar is sorry, Ryan, I forgot who you said you. Oh, and you're Braun.
I'm Braun. I'm
Okay, cool.
Nick Offerman in a suit of armor.
Okay, just so we have the we got two humans and a leper is what's walking out basically,
And
to the naked eye.
basically, yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do know of a spot where you can. There's a number of ways to get to the top, and one of them's like far off on the side, unlikely to get much attention. So if you like go up through there, and then there's just like a little staircase that then leads up to a door that'll just take you through. So
Yeah.
you can go through there if you want.
Then I'll lead us through that way.
All right.
Anwar's probably
Lead
taking
us
it when
through.
he hasn't wanted to interact with his most gracious of hosts at times.
Yeah, so you go through that way, and you go up the stairs. Is there anything? Are you just kind of waltzing on through, or are you like open the door and creep in? Like, what are you doing?
I guess I have the helmet on, so I'll do a perception check to see if anyone's coming towards us or waiting until the coast is clear for us to go ahead.
Your disguised self goes
Okay.
over the helmet too?
It's coming from my armor.
Like a hologram.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought it. I guess maybe I had the language weird in my head. I thought it like retrofitted to the gear you were wearing, but I guess it just projects over everything.
No, that's alter self.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your helmet detects that the coast is clear.
Every few seconds, you hear
At
kind
least,
of
at
ebb
least in
and
the
flow.
immediate area.
Anwar, am I supposed to follow your hand motions, or are you gonna say something?
Yes, it's clear. From emotions, that means we go. That means
All
we
right.
go.
Let's go. Rain, can you see okay in
Rains?
that? Bonk.
I think so. I think perhaps I should follow behind a little bit so that it's not awkward seeing, well, someone diseased walking with others. I can keep my distance.
You hear this kind of like Doppler effect of like, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious,
I was
don't be
thinking that too.
don't be suspicious.
That's fine. As we go up, as we're following this alleyway or steps or whatever, I'm gonna like lean forward to Anwar. By the way, one thing I didn't think of until just now. I don't know if they'll let a leper into a brothel.
Yeah.
Good thing I don't need to stay near the invisible people.
Maybe once we're
Oh,
out
they've
of-
got like a designated person for that, probably.
Maybe when we get closer there, we can lose the mask.
Maybe.
Well, as you get up, you get up into what is essentially the towel room, where there's just like a whole bunch of like storage of different towels just kind of ready to go. And then as you step out, you kind of look around a corner and see this kind of main area where there's a very large pool, kind of Greek pillars going up, sunlight coming in from the top, kind of shining down. It looks really nice. You get this smell that I guess wouldn't be chlorine since they don't have chlorine, but you do get kind of this like this especially clean smell coming from the pool. And then also you just have a number of dwarves that are currently in the main pool, and then you can kind of look off and see that there's some private smaller pools kind of all around. And then you got yourself, and then you've got kind of the main entrance, main exit. And in between there is a water genasi with hair kind of flipped over to one side, and then there is another water genasi that is going over and looks like is attending to somebody over in the main pool area.
Does it look like we can walk past them without drawing unnecessary attention? We like go out through the back. Is that an option?
No, there's mainly just one entrance in and out because the back faces it's like right along the river.
On the water, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I go ahead and speak to who can I tell is at the front desk right now?
Patami. You would know
Patami.
Patami.
Is Patami the one that's my age or gender?
Patami is your gender. You can barely tell the difference between the two of them, but yes, is your gender, and I would say is actually the older one, so is more your sister's age.
Okay. Let me go talk to Patami first, just so he's not freaked out by the leper walking out. All right.
Yeah. I'll put like a hand up or something for Rain to like.
You'll approach in full armor, just like looking all brawn like. He's oh, I did not see you there. Can I help you, my friend? You've caught me really off guard. Where did you come from?
Yes, I just blew into town. Really, just snuck in there, and you'll see that. And I'm gonna lean over and be like, "Patami, it's me. It's Anwar. I'm in disguise right now."
So how can I help you, my friend?
Well, yes, I went in the back and I saw the problem with the giant crabs, as is a very common problem in these parts, and we took care of them. And I'm taking my associates, I'll usher to my other disguised friends, and we're taking our leave now, and a job well done and whatnot.
Oh, very good. Is there anything else we can do for you?
Nope. Hopefully, the crabs will be gone, and we won't be bothering you for some time.
Well, thank you so much. You have done such a wonderful job that I think the whole family wants to thank you. Anna, come over here. And his sister is going to come over. And Anna's going to look a little confused. He's going to whisper in her ear. And she's like, thank you so much. I really you do the best at dealing with crabs.
That I do. That is my job. I work at. I kill the crabs. That is my vocation.
Well, that's all.
As as a as a shared deception for anybody else around, go ahead and roll deception. I'm gonna roll deception too, and it's basically rolling with advantage.
Oh,
We'll take
Lottie.
that.
Never
damn.
mind. I can't
That-
assist on that. I thought I could.
That number is way higher than what that performance deserved.
Ooh.
How's mine?
They're selling it. They're selling because there's both of them there. They're just like, everybody's like, what the fuck is it? Who is that? I don't know, something to do with crabs or whatever. And they just kind of go about their business. Alrighty then. Well, if there is anything else you need, please never hesitate. This is always a place to come and relax, to get away from everything, all your troubles.
Braun Anwar will nod and kind of usher to the others to come forward. And as they're taking their leave, Braun will lean in and in primordial, like a he'll say like a customary, like a goodbye, like may the sea always be warm, or may the sun always shine on your back, something like that, to say like, you know, be well, and I hope to see you again soon.
And he'll do a similar thing to you. Alrighty, so you guys get out of there, and you enter the town. There we go. There's our town. And it's a very short trip over. It's literally like so you're at number 8, and the thing is number 9. So it's like you've got some little stables to your left. But beyond that, there's really not much. You see a fair amount of people kind of walking around town and kind of milling about, doing their business. It's fairly heavy traffic right now due to it being the middle of the day. So you can definitely hear some pounding of a smith working on stuff. In fact, multiple smiths. You're hearing some music coming from a nearby. I guess it'd be from this tavern. Which, when you look up, you see like quite a large multi-storied building. The bottom half kind of covered in like gray stonework, very dwarven like, but then the top half kind of has a bit more of an elegant design that looks a bit more residential. So that kind of looks like the top part kind of looks like the hotel kind of area, the inn, whereas the bottom area is kind of more of a rugged look. But then on the sign up front, you see it says the Hammered Clam. That's the name of the place.
Nice. What's the guard presence like?
Guard presence, there is actually a fair amount around. There would be some guards kind of patrolling, and then you see that every once in a while in a shop there's a guard just kind of standing, or it's usually 2 at a time, 2 guards standing out front. However, there are no guards in front of the Hammered Clam. Seems like that's got its own security. There, right in front, you see a big hulking minotaur, big horns, dark brown fur. I mean, the dude is massive. He's definitely Audra's size. He's like 7 feet tall.
Well, not currently Audra's size, but
yeah, currently standing all tall, and pretty much like no one wants to mess with him. So this place doesn't really need any extra security, it looks like.
Okay. Any thoughts? Do we just go in now, or do we have everyone with us? Can you, like, make a noise if you're here with us? Because 2 of you are invisible, right?
just scream as loud as you can.
Just don't attack anyone or cast magic if you can do that, because that will break the spell.
The signal is ah. Right.
It's just 2 rapid like finger snaps, like off to the right, just like a quick little.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, good.
Oh, good. They approve of the art in town. Well,
just a little bit of ASMR right in the ear.
I mean, you're the only one who knows the layout here, Anwar. What do you recommend we do?
Hunter knows the layout too. He's just invisible.
Right. Well,
in fact, Rain knows. I think we decided that Rain's stopped through here on her way to Stem Garden. So there's a number of people who've been through here before.
Let me rephrase that. I have no idea where we're going. So those of you who do, what is first? Do we see this madam first? Do we get your jewels of praise first? What is the move?
Well, perhaps if we see the madam, her intentions are noble, and well, perhaps she may be an ally.
Perhaps, yes.
So
we just need to gauge her. I don't know what word I'm looking for there. We need to check her out first.
I should say that at least my disguise, and Anor's going to kind of flip over his wrist, and there's like a little holographic illusion timer, and it's like maybe like 5 or 10 minutes has passed. There's like just an idea of how much time is left on his disguise self, and then kind of brushes it away. It's like, I can't stay like this forever, so maybe we priorities first.
Well, I think we have an hour for just about everything except for the mask, so madam it is.
What do y'all say?
Yeah.
Perhaps I shouldn't enter into the establishment as my disguise is, well, this.
Right. Rain, weren't you able to sort of peer into Anwar's home with magic before? Is that something you'd be able to do here? Or were you literally just eavesdropping?
I was just looking through the window.
Okay.
Most powerful spell indeed.
Artem, you got something in your beard, by the way.
Oh no!
You got a crumb. Got it. By the way, disguise self, it has to be someone you've seen before, right? So I like the idea that... Oh, I thought it did, because I was going to say, I like the idea that Braun exists somewhere in this world.
Oh, really? You need to have seen someone?
Maybe
I just conjure someone.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. I thought you had to have an idea, but maybe not.
I think you can just make whoever.
Okay.
Let's see.
I was wondering why you kept on like choosing to disguise yourself as real people.
I don't know why that's in my head then. What? I don't know.
Maybe it's a doppelganger? I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe. The changeling. I think the changeling. You have to have to use their shift ability. You have to have like met the person or something. I don't remember.
Anyway,
I know
polymorph you've had to see the animal before.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's mixed. Whatever.
All right. Well, in any case,
Audra would still go with people she knows because she's not the most creative. But all right. Well, Anwar, you lead the way then, because I'm not sure where we ought to go.
Oh, good. Well,
I'll be just outside. You have the connection to the book if you need me. Perhaps I'll just sit in the alley and pretend to be a beggar?
We could always use more gold.
so wait, can I speak to you through your book? Is that something I can do?
Well, I can send you a message and you can reply.
Okay.
Audra's going to feel two hands kind of rest on her like shoulders, and she's going to hear Hunter say, "Walk with confidence. I'll guide you."
She's
and
gonna
like a little push.
She'll do like a little bit of a shrug, like I'm good, thank you.
I will show you the way. I will show you the way.
She like turns toward Rain. Rain, I know they lose their invisibility if they attack, but what if I punch one of them?
No, they shouldn't.
Okay. Then she gives like not like a punch, but she'll give like a stiff elbow back to Hunter.
You won't hit. Anyway, yeah, let's walk on
so
up.
Everybody's heading over to the Hammer Clam.
I think I should stay with Rain because just abandoning somebody solo just seems like yeah. So as you guys go, there'll be like a couple of like retreating like snappy fingers, and then I don't know, like Chimera will like kind of nudge Rain's side, and that'll be that.
All right, well, signal us if you need us.
You're not my real
Good luck.
I'm literally nobody's mom. Nor will I ever
He's
be.
Hunter will
Alrighty, so it is
occasionally make
just-
little fart noises as they
It is
pass
just
strangers.
It is just Hunter, Audra, and Anwar who are going in then.
All right.
And we're gonna convince this Minotaur to let us in.
Yeah, you go on up, and there's a big, hefty
Imagining.
old Minotaur. Just takes a look at you. He's very much like Pinky. He has very similar demeanor, smoking on a big cigar, just like inhaling in and then just breathing out through his big, like bull nostrils.
Is he guarding the door, or is he just standing near it?
No, he's standing there guarding the door.
Okay.
He's taking a look at you.
Evening.
Like a bouncer does.
Right. Evening. We wish to
Evening.
midday, whatever it is. Good day. We wish to head inside.
What weapons you got?
Well, and she'll kind of like motion to the giant sword on her back. Just the one, really.
The one, all right. And you? Looking over at Anwar.
Oh, just these.
I
These
am
right
the
here.
weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, no weapons for me.
Armor, but no weapon.
I didn't bring it with me.
I would like to whisper the
We're not- We're not looking to cause any trouble.
It's in the shop.
in the shop.
I mean, somewhat legitimate excuse. There's
Yeah.
some smithing going on.
Listen, we're in town. You gotta get it fixed sometimes. Sometimes you don't go bring your axe to the brothel. Sometimes you leave it in the shop.
Audra will like, I'm a smith myself. Unfortunately, yes. It was a little dented just above the hilt, and she'll like start going into like very specific because she knows what she's talking about descriptions as to why it may be in the shop.
Okay, I don't need the whole life story. Get in, all you, okay? But just so you know, if there's anything, any kind of trouble, I'll be right behind you.
I can assure you, we are not looking to cause any trouble.
Had to wrap up my smoke break anyway.
I'd like to whisper some sort of resistance, like call and response phrase.
Hail Hydra.
Next to the bouncer, the Minotaur, like to the Minotaur.
Okay, trying to do a little resistance thing.
Yeah, just like a.
Do we
like
know that the Minotaur is part of it?
I don't know. Do we?
I don't know if you all do, but Hunter might.
Eat the rich.
He's gonna like kind of almost like gag on his like he's trying to shoot out sweat. You can go on in. He's gonna open up the door and after you.
Yes. After, and Audra will hold the door like clearly long enough for also Hunter to get in, and after you, she'll say to Anwar, but also for Hunter.
Yes, I am following you now through this door, and I will walk through the door.
Well, that's it.
By the way,
I
do
need
we
this
have,
all night, baby? All night.
when we by the way, as we go in, and Audra closes the door behind her, she'll lean to Anwar. By the way, what should I be calling you in this disguise? Obviously, Anwar Agonazar isn't the right thing.
Right. You know, this feels why don't you call me Brash? Brash sounds like a good name for this persona, you know?
Got it.
Ash Radley.
Brash Radley, Private Eye. Got it. And you can just call me San.
San?
Yeah, that's not this person's name. San.
Are you saying San or Sanda?
Either is fine.
Okay.
Because she's not creative and was like, she basically did the thing where like she just started to say the person's name and was like, sad, and just call me that.
Salad. Salad is
It's
what
like
my
that.
name is.
It's like that line in Community where they walk in and they're like, "What are you doing?" Fighting. I couldn't think of another
like,
word.
My name is Santini.
Yeah. I mean anything but that. Oops.
You hear the bartender shout out.
Oh, really? Oh,
Name
okay.
of-
I didn't realize that was in game. Audra just looks
Yes,
over at hearing the name. What?
Over there you see a very Vincent van Gogh looking bartender, kind of thin, red hair, red beard, shirt up, kind of up to his his sleeves rolled up and everything. Just kind of a white tunic, pretty much. Just kind of scrubbing out a glass. What you doing in here?
Audra under
Even
her
if I
breath.
didn't say so.
In like orcish or giant or something. She's just like, oh crap. whatever the equivalent is. She'll like start walking over. Just paying a visit.
Give me a deception roll with advantage.
Dope.
See how good your voice is.
Man, my
Copy.
my deception, my insight's great. My deception is not. So when we talk to the Madden, I'll be Madam the Madden. Hey folks, when we talk to the Madam, I'll be more confident. Oh, I'm glad that was at advantage.
All right, that's just a flat roll of 15. You all right, my friend? You coming down with a cold, maybe?
Maybe changing weather and all that.
Well, it's good to see you. Regardless, take a seat. I'll get you all squared away.
Thanks.
You also all notice just kind of like laying down on the bar, just kind of passed out sleeping, is Ravadia, the dwarf barbarian who knocked you out earlier.
Okay. I'll see that and I'll just kind of like, I'll give like one of these to see if she'll like wake up.
What do you oh, hey! I know you. Sam?
Audra will like lean in and like, you do know me. It's Audra from STEM Garden. I'm in disguise. I was
Okay.
I was kind of
You'll
hoping.
be a friend of mine. We got in a scuffle once and I won, but not gonna gloat about it too much or nothing. Just just some warm feelings, as I'll always got a friend or somebody that I've been doing battle with before. Oh yeah, this Lassamer lad is a real strong champ. Doesn't look it, but he's really good. And the bartender's just like, all right, well,
If
my name's Aaron.
Anwar's gonna kind of circle around the bar, not behind the bar, but like around Ravadia, and in a Braun voice, is like, if that's the scuffle I'm thinking of, I seem to remember you losing that fight. And then Anwar's gonna sit down and say, "Hey, it's me. It's Anwar. I'm also in disguise."
Go get on about who beat who. The point is, it was a fun time. It's good to see you both,
Yeah.
Sam and
Brash.
Brash. Yes. Oh boy, what a night it's been, and it's still going.
Night. It's midday. I made the same mistake outside.
It's like 2:30 in the afternoon.
Well then, guess I better be going. Hey, you got any idea where Hunter is? I kind of owe him something.
I'm right here. I'm actually also I'm also in disguise.
You know what? I think it's finally time for me to take a leak. Or maybe a shit. All right, I'll be right back.
Ravadia, real quick.
Yeah.
Do you recognize this face from around here? Or are you just playing along?
Oh, no, we go back to Smith Road days.
Okay, but
We used to work right next to each other. Don't you remember?
I guess, yeah. But, okay, but you haven't seen him around here in this town, is correct?
Oh.
Okay, good. I was hoping to pick somebody who wasn't local, and the bartender knew me, so that might, yeah, you know.
I can't speak to it, but I gotta say, if I did see him, oh boy, I'd show him a time. Alright, that's all. Gotta go pee.
As soon as she
And,
leaves, Audra leads toward Anwar. I really hope I show him a time she means beat him down the way she hit me, and not, you know, the other thing.
Why would you hope that?
I'm pretty sure it's the other thing.
Because this guy's a dude. Never mind. It's not important.
Like
But-
99% sure it's the other thing.
All right, well, I don't want to think about it then. The point is, this guy knows Aaron, the bartender, which means we'll be able to get access to the madam, right?
Maybe.
I mean, I think we'll be fine. Don't you worry about it.
Should say, walking, I should have explained this earlier. So, walking into the bar, immediately you see that there is, there's like a nice long redwood table, big barrels behind the bar, the one bartender. It's kind of sparse right now, given that it's midday. However, you do see a couple older dwarves kind of laughing it up over in a corner. Obviously, you saw Ravadia there. And then there is a back room area that you see that kind of has one of those like bead door things that kind of like takes you away through. And then over to the side, you see another entrance with kind of like an arch, like an archway that kind of takes you into what looks like an inn lobby area.
Mm-hmm. What, by the way, was
that is mainly
Ravadia
what you
just
see right
like,
now.
just like being all bravado, or did she actually have something to say to Hunter?
No, she actually. So, well, Hunter, what do you want to do? Ravadia has just gone around the corner.
Yeah, I think I'm following, and once we get around the corner, I kind of like, am I supposed to follow you, or do you actually have to?
Take a shit.
I'm kind of going to take a shit, but it can wait a minute. Here, let's. I'm just going to sit on this booth for a second, just put my head down, and let's just talk on this.
All right. All right.
Okay. I got your wagon. I got your yaks. They're out in the stable. That's right next door.
All right. Back in business. You make those modifications?
Yeah, just the way you described them. Yeah, I got them.
Oh man, can't wait.
Yep. No, it's just as good as the last one, I swear.
Right on, right on, right on.
Oh, and I couldn't remember the name of the dang yaks, so I wrote it down. And here you go. And scribbled in like the worst dwarven rune handwriting is the names. Do you speak dwarvish or understand dwarvish at all?
Does anyone in the party?
I do.
Oh, okay,
in
cool.
case we need it.
No, I think I just have Infernal.
Well, that's the card with the dwarvish names on it.
All right, Tat, that's useful for me.
Yeah, and I guess that's all about it. Unless you got anything else for me?
Well, nothing at the moment. I really appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, friend. Anything I can do to help you out, you let me know.
Oh yeah, you could do something right now, and then sit back down, and again, I'll sit behind you. Could you lift me up a little bit? Just we'll make it look all sly, like I'm holding myself up, and no one needs to know. All right, okay, all right, I'm up. Oh, there's a lot that needs to come out in both directions. All right, let's go. And she's gonna make her way over to the privy. While that's going on,
Ain't nothing privy about it with her.
I'd
We're
hate
gonna
to be
have
a
a
fly on that wall.
we're gonna have a repeat of that one scene from what was that? That mountains campaign. They had that awful outhouse disaster.
She didn't eat any berries, so. In any case, while that's going on, what are Audra and Anwar doing? Just kind of like, what are you doing while Hunter's doing that?
I take it we need to probably pop behind those beads to see the madam. That would be the most likely place, right?
Right. Probably want to ask before we just start waltzing around. This is a purveyor of people of the evening, is it not?
Evening? It's like 2:30. Yes. Yes, Anmore. So... Oh. Neither of us are very, concerned and or experienced with that, aren't we?
I mean...
No offense.
No. Go to inside. Yes. Yes.
Anwar, it's fine. I don't even care.
Right, but it's not like, I don't want to. It's just that,
hey,
it's work is busy and there's tinkering.
Hey, Anwar.
The whole,
literally talk to
texture.
anyone else in the party about this, please.
And there was this one guy that one time, and I thought that maybe he meant something, but, then it turns out it was just like a fad, so I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Well, best of luck with all that, then. Listen,
What are y'all talking about?
Oh!
Don't worry about it. Where were you?
Where was I? Anyway, tell the waiter we're meeting a friend for dessert.
Okay.
Hunter, what did Ravadia tell you?
Oh man, any of y'all read Dwarven?
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. Could you tell me what this is? And I'll fumble the paper into his hand.
Richard, did you have something for this, or should I make something up?
Andrew, you made something up when we talked earlier, and I can't remember what it was.
Oh, dang it. It was like...
Whoops, didn't mute that. Sorry,
similar,
stream.
It was something similar to Daisy and Duchess, but different.
It was like... Where else could you not? Sorry.
I guess you could just make something up, Andrew.
You really weren't kidding about this dude looking like Vincent Van Gogh, though.
Like a buff, sexy one, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What was it? It's going to kill me now.
You can come back to it another time, then. We don't need to get hung up on the names for this. While you're thinking on that, let's cut over to Rain and Chimera, who are currently outside doing what exactly?
Probably all. Are they also discussing their sexual orientations?
I don't think so. I mean, as far as Rain goes, she's just going to be sitting there trying to play the part. She'll probably have taken out like a cup from her mess kit and put it in front of her, as like just if anybody wants to throw coin at her. And she's just sitting in the alley.
Okay. A little bit of time is going to pass, and eventually some Imperial troops, a couple of them, are going to walk on through and look over at you. What's going on here? They're both going to approach you. But, hi there. What's going on?
She's just going to say, "Spare a coin for a beggar?"
We've not seen you here before. Show yourself.
She'll look up a little bit to show the mask at them, like hoping that dissuades them from wanting to see more.
Maybe we should use the. Maybe we should
roll to see. Roll to see what they'll do. All right. Yeah, they kind of look over and they're like, all right, we've seen enough. And they're gonna both take like 3 steps back. Listen, we we can't have you spreading disease here. You gotta get going outside the city. I don't know who let you in, but we gotta kick you out.
Surely I'm not bothering anybody here.
Yes, but what if you keel over and die, and then the rats get you, and then the rats spread? I don't know how leprosy spread, but it's bad enough that you gotta be wearing a mask and stuff, so I think you gotta go.
Oh, don't worry, it's not leprosy.
kinda
I'm
stick
just
out-
in disguise.
Just gonna stick out their tridents, kind of like, move it! Go on, move it.
She's gonna like move backwards a little bit, like further into the alley, because they're pointing the trident at her.
Mm-hmm. Go on, out of the city. We don't want you. Don't want your kind here. No, go spread disease elsewhere.
Oh, now get.
Please, sirs, if I just had the coin to make it somewhere, perhaps I could go to a hospital or a healer.
I want to light the building on fire.
On our concern.
I don't know what she would. I guess she's just going to actually start to go because.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, Kamir will like do like two little taps on her shoulder, like no, like don't push him.
Yeah. She's gonna start to go towards the city entrance. However, she will act as if she's like really slow because she does actually have her staff. She's gonna like use it as a walking stick to like try and sell that.
They're just eventually gonna be like, all right, just get to going, and if we see you here again, we kill you. And then they just kind of turn away. They're like, I don't want to deal with a leper anymore. Ugh. And they just leave. So now you're kind of like closer to one of the exits, but they didn't really see through that you actually left.
She's gonna try and dart into an alley where there might be some like storage stuff, crates, barrels, whatever, and just like hide for the time being, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and make a hide. Oh yeah, hide is an action, so I guess it'd just be stealth. So go ahead and roll stealth.
Well, I'm not the worst at it, but let's see. Let's see how bad I can fail the roll.
Hey, that's not bad.
Hey, that's not bad. Yeah, you get to a spot where no one's actively going to be looking for you. Or if no one's going over near the crates, then yeah, you're probably okay. You kind of tuck in between some crates and some barrels.
She will pull out the book and write in it. Have you all fared any? Have you met the madam?
Who are you writing to?
Oh right, I have both of you in my book.
Oh yeah.
I guess to Anwar. Yeah.
We've made it inside. There's another member here. She has written down a piece of parchment that says Biscuit and Missy. I'm not entirely sure why.
So much better.
And we haven't met with the madam yet, but it seems promising so far.
And she'll write into her book, "You should hurry. The guards are trying to make me leave the city."
Oh, right. The sick thing. That makes sense.
In hindsight, perhaps we should have chosen a better disguise.
You do too good at not wanting to be talked to. They kick you out of the city.
I am sorry about that, not helping. I wasn't entirely sure what would have given me away.
Oh no, I'd rather us not have an invisible person pop into view in front of the guards.
Right.
It's so much worse.
It'd be fine. We can like light another grease
Would
fire.
popping
You know what
off
you
an
could have done?
echo
Fine.
count?
You know what you could have done is you could have just whispered as intense as fuck into one of their ears while invisible. Be like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Scare the piss out of them.
Could have done that.
Leprosy
all right,
equals
well-
telepathy.
But also, I'd probably use my Ash Ketchum voice because why not?
So I
right, let's hear it, Sid.
Cinematically,
Are you ready to die?
Sid, let's hear
Are
it.
you ready to die today? I don't think so. You need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, there you
Kills my throat.
It kills
Um,
us too, Sid.
So cinematically, imagine we're like cutting back and forth between Rain and Anwar, and then we're gonna like end the call on Anwar's side. Back at the place where you guys are deciding where you want to go next. Do you want to go behind the kind of bead area, or do you want to go towards the lobby of the inn? I will say that the bull, the minotaur that you saw earlier, kind of walked in after you and sat down over in the inn area in front of a chess set.
A chess set. Interesting.
And every once in a while, you will hear him calling out like, pawn to D7, and then like immediately after, you're gonna hear Vincent just be like, alrighty then, bishop over to E9. And just like without even like a second's hesitation, he's just shouting out his chess moves from the bar. It's like, oh, bless his heart. He's like 2, 4. He's 8 moves away from checkmate, but God love him, he keeps on trying.
Wow, you're good at that there, Vincent. Hey, listen, we're here to meet a friend for dessert.
Well, she's currently running a table. So if you'd like, we got, obviously there's liquor in the front, poker's in the rear. But if you just want to wait over in the lobby or in here, so she'll be out within the hour.
When you say within the hour, do you mean in less than an hour, or if you were to try to put a number on it? Because we have a busy schedule today. If that's possible to move that along,
I would say we've got maybe half an hour tops before we ought to get back to what we were doing.
In that case, you better see her in the rear.
All right. And we'll get up to go do that. And as we walk away, I'll just look over. By the way, Anwar, you kind of stared off into space there for a moment. Everything okay?
Oh yeah. Rain checked in. It seems that she's being harassed for being a diseased beggar, which, in hindsight,
Well,
you
yeah.
need to have better disguises. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll workshop something.
I can maybe modify the mask. I don't know. I have to fix her shield anyway. Okay. Well, let's head to the rear, I guess.
All right. You go into the rear, and it is dimly lit, just a little bit of candles around. And in the center is a big old table. And in there you see a number of dwarves, a number of humans. All the humans are men, around the same height, similar build. I'm going to need insight checks from everybody, as well as somebody at the head of the table who is this very gorgeous woman with very long flowing red hair. Wow.
Wow, dude.
Good. That is some damn good insight. Everybody had good insight. Minimum 16. Yeah. Just hearing by the voices, you recognize the accents to be these humans, and also just like their general physique. These are clearly off-duty guards or Imperial soldiers that are just like hanging out. They are in there's a more basic uniform that they have that's not all the armor. It's just kind of the similar colors of like the blue and such. Yeah, they're kind of all around there, and she's like, "Oh, alrighty. Well, let's see. We got here 2 more boys. Boys, come on in. You want to make some money? You want to see if you can take all these boys' money? Come on."
Perhaps around later. We just needed to have a quick word with the madam.
Well, you're looking at her, darling.
Could we?
And what game are they playing?
Mario
They're
64.
currently playing.
Nice.
It's basically blackjack.
Does Anwar know how to card count?
Maybe.
Maybe he's pretty darn smart.
That's
you could
why I
try.
asked,
You
yeah.
can give it. You can give it an intelligence roll to see if you can. I would allow that.
You
I
also
was
have an
thinking of-
invisible person who can tap
Oh
you guys.
yeah, just look at everyone's cards.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you
If-
guys
if
try to do
Um,
literally that exact same
oh.
thing in Sentra on the train? Didn't you literally do the exact same thing? Like,
Maybe,
invisibly
yeah.
look at cards?
Huh.
That's a good point.
Anwar wouldn't have that idea, but if Hunter were to
Yeah.
like poke, like just kind of poke him, and be like, actually, yeah, I'm feeling lucky today. I mean, yes, let us gamble our wages.
Well, madam, perhaps we could talk while they play a few hands? I know we're
I
we're
was
splitting the
feeling-
party in additional time, but at least it keeps like the guards occupied with a game, you know?
Listen, I feel like maybe looks like you're new in town. Maybe I could be a little more hospitable. How about I just deal out one more game, and then I'll have one of my girls come over. She can finish up for these gentlemen, and maybe we can go find somewhere more private to talk.
That
It
sounds
seems like you're here for another kind of entertainment. And she's gonna look over at Hunter and give a little wink.
Oh, uh-oh. Audra will do like a half look over, just yeah, you could say that.
Alrighty then. Well, who's in?
Anwar? Or
You mean Brash?
Brash?
Brash will play, and because that's how I got my name, for being so brash.
Rash speaks
Well,
in the
it's-
third person and loves gambling.
Well, ain't that just cute?
Brash play
Alrighty
card,
then.
Brash 1 gold.
All right, give me a. She's gonna start dealing out to a number of people, and you're the last one to get dealt. And then you get your cards flipped over. You can see your cards and just kind of seeing everything else that's been going out and then collected. Then like going there, you can make an intelligence. You haven't had all that much time to look at all the cards that have been playing through, but you might get something. So if you want to do an intelligence check, go ahead.
Do you want to just
And
a raw intelligence check, not a history, or I guess not, or investigation doesn't really apply here, does it?
I will say you can do it at advantage with your proficiency because of Hunter helping you out. I'll give you both those things.
I'll take that.
Audra will kind of hang back. She's not really even like watching the game. She's just waiting for them to wrap up.
Be right back.
That's a
Okay.
19.
19. Okay,
And if you allow
Um,
guidance, I can probably get that over a 20.
go ahead.
23.
23, nice. Very nice. Yeah.
So what
You
I
win this
imagine is
round.
like Anwar sits down and he's like, "What do you got there? Ale? I love ale. That's great." And like the camera pans around him and it goes into his face, and it's like the little Sentinel program is like, "These cards been dealt. That means that the chances of this card's been here." And there's like percentages on everything, like a full-on Iron Man cheating at poker interface.
I should have asked. Should have asked how much you were wagering before.
I was
We'll
gonna
just say
the call.
It was
we'll
well,
just
we
say
said
that-
days wages, right? So a gold. Right? Isn't that like what was mentioned?
I
The-
was
the
just
general-
saying our wages, not like in general.
yeah. I'll just say you won 60 gold. We'll just call it that.
Okay. Sure.
We'll take it. Are we gonna? I
And
guess is
stranger will.
12 for everybody
Great luck
then.
for beginner's luck then. Well, boys, I'll see y'all later. I will have somebody very fine coming over here in just a minute. Just you wait. And then she is going to get up from the table, and she says, "Follow me, boys." And she's going to go on down towards the lobby area.
Yeah, we'll follow after.
When you get a little bit further, she's going to stop and whisper in Anwar's ear. Is it sure there's nobody else you want coming?
We have some acquaintances in the city. If there is some way we could meet with them as well, that'd be advantageous for us.
Why don't you go fetch your friends and then meet them back here in the lobby? I'll take you upstairs and we can talk.
One of them may not exactly be able to come inside.
And why not?
Um,
It's my establishment. I can decide who comes and who goes.
well, madam, are you okay with those who appear to be diseased entering your establishment?
Those who appear to be diseased or who are actually diseased, because, as I'm sure all three of you know, appearances can be deceptive, my furball friend.
The former.
All right, so
All right.
here's what we can do. Hunter.
Yep.
You're the fastest of us here, and you're sort
Absolutely.
of invisible, and you also know the town very well. Try and find Rain. Tell her to ditch the disguise and to come back here.
I'll do you one better. I won't try. I'll do.
Wait, to
And
ditch
then you
it,
hear
though?
footsteps. Like quick footsteps, like a tick 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 tick.
Okay.
With your quick speed and your mobile feet and your generally being good at scouting,
The feet
I would say
F-E-E-T or
you're
F-E-A-T?
eventually you are able to find Rain, who, once you know what you're looking for, kind of sticks out. It's just like, just like going down alleys and stuff, and it's like, there is a leper sitting in between some barrels.
You hear some like pitter patter and then like a skid to a stop on like the dirt gravel. And, guys, all right, we can come on in. We're good. Whew, okay, we're good. Y'all come to the tavern, the Hammered Clam. We got us a sit down. Just ditch the disguise and you're good to go.
Ditch it.
Well, I mean, mask might come in handy later, so don't like throw it away or nothing. But yeah, come on in.
Okay. She's gonna take off the mask. She's gonna keep the hood up at the very least, and
Yeah, it's a good call.
hurry with the others. She's not trying to run into the guards again.
All right. So you hurry on along, get into the Hammered Clam, and then go over to the lobby area where she is patiently waiting. Alrighty then, now that we have everybody, why don't you come on, follow me? And she is going to take you up the stairs, which leads into kind of the more inn-like area, and then
Okay.
she is going to take you like down this weird side alley that's a little it's a little bit smaller and kind of like, sorry, not alley, I mean hallway. There's like the main hallway, and then eventually like goes to the end, and then there's another hallway where she will take you, and it's almost like to the edge, like seems like it's not a big enough space for a full room. And then she is going to open up the door into this little room that is maybe we'll say it's like 10 feet by 10 feet. It's a very small room. All right, now everybody cram in here so we all got enough space. And she's just gonna walk right on in.
On the way there, Audrey would also just mention, like, by the way, this Furbog friend of yours will be maintaining this look, as well the rest of her associates.
Alrighty then, your choice.
All right, and then anyway, and then we're all in.
All right. So you guys pack into this small little room, and then would somebody be so kind as to get the door? Just an invisible like. Alrighty then, up. And then you're just gonna feel the floor just like and start moving upward to a penthouse area that is like on the top of this other floor. And then door will open up, and then you just kind of enter in. It is this luxurious place with all kinds of very very lovely dyed fabrics and couches and all sorts of stuff kind of all around. And she's going to walk over, spread her arms out, and she's going to say off. And then like basically like Anwar's armor can like open up and then like just kind of be in a sentry mode. That's basically what her big gown does. And she just has this undergarment on underneath. And then
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Oh.
And then she is going to go over and she's going to find this very lovely, but it looks much more comfortable than that big thing. It's much more of like a skin tight suit, a very elvish design, kind of greens and purples. And she's just going to tap it and say on, and then it's just going to wrap around her, and then she's suddenly going to be dressed in something new. And she said, "Oh, that is so much more comfortable."
Andrew wants that.
Well, please, everyone, have a seat. And
if your show's over, madam, time's a little of the essence for us.
I mean, that took 5 seconds. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was very quick. I tried to make things as convenient as possible. So why don't you all tell me what you're doing here? All 5 of you.
So you know who we are, and you're able to see through our disguises, is that correct?
Well, truth be told, I know who 4 of you are. One of you is a bit of a mystery. However, gonna take a quick look kind of at Rain and look at her gills and stuff. I can't quite seem to place you. What is your name?
She looks to the others for like silent advice as what she should. Are we being honest with her, or?
Oh, is invisibility still going, or is that dropped?
It's good for an hour.
It is, but she can see you. Yeah.
We should definitely. I mean, we should maintain what we have for when we leave this place. Because, like, at least for me, if I drop disguise self, like, it's a 1-a-day thing for me. So I have to keep it up.
Well, that one's a former squid.
Well, I suspected as much. I'm just curious, where are you from, darling?
What do you mean? Where I was stationed? Some garden.
No. Where are you from?
Oh, I was born in Nibble.
Born in Nibble. And... Very interesting. Alright. Well, I am a bit curious as to what you all been up to. I know that you are on the run. I know that you did not do what you are accused of doing. And, I know when you've joined the Resistance. And... I guess there's a whole host of things that I know. But what can I...
Generally insight that, just to verify?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I buy it, but, you know, I think we'd still be rightfully suspicious. 18.
She seems like she's telling the truth. Yeah, she seems to know a heck of a lot. So I know all sorts of things, and I am curious as to what you've come here for in this very moment.
Well...
Is it safe passage, or is it something else?
Right now I'm curious how it is you know all of this stuff, madam.
He knows
She's
things.
going to... Yeah, exactly. She's gonna pour herself a nice drink. Care for something, anyone? Because there are two things I do: I drink and I know things.
I mean, I would not mind. I wouldn't say no to something refreshing.
Yes. If
Oh.
you have water, I'll take that. I also like lemonade. So either one of those are good for me.
A drink would be good. I haven't had one, a good one, in a little while.
And since we're kind of getting comfortable, Anwar's gonna hit his helmet so it goes back into his collar area. So it's still brawn from the neck down, but then Anwar's head just sticking on top. It's like it gets hot in that helmet, especially when we're indoors. So some water would be great.
Every chance you get, you should be comfortable. Please make your all selves at home. And the lemonade, that's cute, darling. How about for the adults in the room? And she looks over at Chimera.
Nothing, thank you.
Suit yourself.
I think after hearing "Make yourself comfortable at home," you guys hear a couple thunks over by the door, and Hunter's boots become visible.
Yeah, there's like multiple couches, chaises, just like all the comfy seating you can have. There's a table with very nicely upholstered chairs. There's all sorts of seating.
I'll take something spicy that burns just a little bit.
Alrighty, here where I got this Captain Clam right here.
God, Captain Clam, Jesus Christ. Awful name. I'll take a double.
We get it. You're single entendre. We get it.
It's just Captain Morgan, but with a female
double.
pirate.
Oh, Sailor Jerry's.
Sailor Mary. Alrighty then. Well, here y'all go. Now you say time is of the essence, so you better all start asking questions or something.
Well, we do need a place to lay low for a bit, restock, and kind of get our bearings. Yeah.
Alrighty. I could keep you up here for a while if you like.
I think we might actually have a way to get out through the city again without arousing suspicion. We're here, as you might have guessed, to secure my family and get them to safety. But after that, after the attack on Stem Garden, we have no real clue as to where the others are, what the plan is, where Poe is. Have you seen him, spoken to him? Are you him? He likes to disguise himself a lot, so you could be him.
I mean, that ain't off
who
base,
you
yeah.
say I am, and she just does this. And like, no, it's not. I'm fucking with you. No, I've not seen Poe. Poe's made his other side of the mountain, so to speak. But I have gotten word, and I have an idea what is currently going on. If you're trying to join the fight, you best make your way over to the Elephant Strait. And let me just pull up this to see you guys. The Elephant Strait is the strait that you have crossed before. After the successful conquering of Fort Charles, the battle is now shifted over. They're continuing their raiding over to the towers of the Elephant Strait, so that way they can completely control the waters of this whole area.
See.
So if that's where you wanted to go, that's the next place I would go. But you've got a lot of options and all sorts of places you could go.
Since the attack, our first chance to kind of figure out what we want to do. What do people... It feels weird not seeing two of you and the other one's in disguise, but what do you guys want to do?
Well, we should
Haven't-
probably... No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead, Johnny.
No, after you.
No, darling, please, I insist.
Oh, please. I also.
Would one of you go start talking?
Nose goes.
While all of that's going on, you're gonna notice that she is still looking at Rain and like specifically looking at Rain's gills, and also just like the thick skin that she has, that like thick scaly skin that kind
Don't-
of helps
Gonna
her.
pull
give
a,
a
Do
she's
we-
gonna
bump
pull
to
a
her
boys
AC.
on you. She's gonna like
Ugh,
shove
ugh.
her hand in there.
Ugh. Don't we all technically still have the gills too? Don't they last for 8 hours?
24, actually.
Okay, so we all ugh.
Oh, wow.
True.
Well, hers are
I
natural
guess you
kills.
do.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I truly never thought too far outside of getting to Waterwheel and grabbing your parents.
I haven't
Also, quick
thought
question.
that far ahead either.
Where is Clementine right now?
Clementine!
I don't think Clementine would be there.
Didn't you dismiss her a while ago? Because I don't think she was at
Yeah.
the raid or on the.
You just
Boat or anything, so-
I'm
okay.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
A little
mean-
pocket
All right.
permission.
Well, anyway,
make
sorry,
believe
carry
that.
she's
on.
been
it's
gone for
fine.
a while, yeah. She's hanging out with what was little baby Spyro's name that we never brought around in Vale.
Oh,
I don't remember his name, but it was to save his life. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, she can hang out with the current dragon we have in this campaign that we never use.
Yeah.
I did also think of taking them to Pixieland if this didn't pan out, but again, nothing much further than this, unfortunately.
I have something that I want to follow up on, but it's irrespective of what we decide here, unrelated to the Madam or the Resistance or anything.
Darling, maybe I can help. There's a lot of things I know.
Not unless you know exactly who it is that killed my sister and now my father.
Well, when did they die?
My sister, on the 15th of whatever we call June and whenever it was, and my father, just recently at the over the Maban in STEM Garden. If you know about us, then you certainly know about what happened there.
I sure do. No one around here doesn't know about what happened there. That word got around quick. Now, I have maybe heard a thing or two about some guards who were reassigned here about around that time, as happens from time to time after scuffles with citizens. So you say that I don't know anything, but perhaps I do. And maybe I'll be willing to share some information with you about that. But I want some information for you in return.
Audra will actually look interested for the first time since we walked in here. What do you want?
I want information. I want gossip. I want all the dirty little secrets going around. I want all the rumors. Give me something juicy. Give me something that is going to be valuable for me to know.
Can you give us one moment to ourselves, madam?
Sure thing, darling.
Audra will motion everybody. Listen, this is the first time I've actually had a lead on what may have happened to my sister. But I don't want to give her anything that we all wouldn't want her to know. You know,
Well,
something like Arantis is very juicy, but I think we need to keep that one close to the chest.
I have my fungus scrapbook that I could show her. I don't know if that counts as juicy information, though I find it very fascinating. It could help her in some way. She doesn't know.
Anwar, I'm sure that is very useful information to someone, but I don't think it's what she's looking for.
It could help. You never know.
What? Oh. Well, listen, it's not exactly information, but Anwar, I don't know if your sister mentioned anything, but the madam did try to recruit her into her, not into this, but into the Resistance.
I think she knows that already.
Well,
Richard, did Anwar get a drink? Is there anything non-alcoholic there?
Nope.
Spit take.
Only alcoholic.
And Opal does want to join. She told that to me, and I said we ought to check out the madam first just to be sure. And well, if Aura wanted to join already, if we tell the madam that we're giving the okay for Aura to join the resistance, that may be a fair exchange.
I can't believe that Opal would keep a secret behind my back, a double life. And actually, no, I'm saying it out loud. Never mind.
Yeah. Also, sorry, I keep mixing up the character sisters' names every time I say it. My bad. I think I do. Anyways, okay. Well, that's an option. Is that okay by you? I mean, I know you said something about potentially your parents being involved too, but I don't want to speak out of turn for your family.
Y'all, we're thinking of this the wrong way, I think. Everything we'd know is all resistance stuff that she probably already knows.
But she doesn't have Opal confirmed. That's something we can give.
I mean, we'd be delivering an RSVP to a party. I don't think that's valuable. What could be valuable is information, 4 of us can't give. And he'll kind of turn towards Rain.
I mean, I could offer what I do know, but I fear some of the information about the East where I came from is out of date at this point, and, well, I've been in STEM Garden for 2 days.
What about your last job? Anything from the last job? Your last job?
Well, you mean we were on the border of Pixarland? I remember a little bit about our acquisitions.
I'd like everybody to roll an insight check real quick. Or I guess everybody, or maybe just people's passive, whatever it would be. Some good rolls.
My passive would be 12, but...
Passive for me is 16.
Okay. So she's kind of sat down and kind of looking off a different direction, focused on her drink. And you guys have been whispering pretty well, but some of you have definitely picked up on the fact that she has made sure to sit somewhere that's just barely within 30 feet of you guys during this whole conversation.
Is there a spell for eavesdropping?
It's called listening in. It's 30 feet away.
Oh, I didn't know that was like a specific action.
I didn't either.
No, it's just that she's close to us. It's not that far away.
Right, but I didn't know like listen in was like a deliberate mechanic.
It's just a perception check.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, your former job, you probably know some things that we can't share, that we don't know. That might be worth more to her than anything people on her side can give her.
I agree. And actually, to Hunter's point, the only resistance members you've spoken to so far have been us. No one in the actual top brass or whatever she is. She seems to be an information trader of some sorts. It could go a way to gaining you trust in the resistance. I think you have the most valuable information out of any of us right now. Unless, she wants to know where some dead crabs are or how to burn down a lumber camp.
Like I said, I would offer anything I know. It's just not sure what she wants to know. It's like sifting through papers. You're not sure which one is important until you pick it up and read it.
Well, maybe offer the one that seems juiciest to you, and we go from there.
Hunter kind of keeps whispering, but looks up as if he's talking to an extra member of the party, and is like, "Is there anything specific you want to know?" Kind of glance over to see if she cracks a smirk or anything.
Oh, she's gonna say. Well, I sure am curious about about that woman. I think there's more to her than just this whole grew up in a little small town out in the east thing. I'm curious as to how she got those gills. She got that skin. That's not something you see on a normal person. That's something that might have been done to someone.
Oh, no. My father was a Triton.
Honey, I've seen all kinds of shapes, all kinds of sizes of bodies, and let me tell you, that I've seen half Tritons before. That's not what a half Triton looks like.
Well, obviously you haven't seen all of them.
Perhaps not, but you actually remind me a little bit more of this rumor going around that there's been some people who were experimented on and kind of made to have certain kind of abilities and such. And gosh, looking at your scales, looking at your gills, it sounds kind of like some stories that I heard. I heard one story about this Imperial. You say you're an ex-Imperial? That's what somebody said, right?
Yes.
Somebody said he was a former squid, I think is what Hunter said. I've heard another story about somebody who was experimented on. He got big crab claw arms on top of his other arm. Blue guy.
Is the crab claw still available? Because I am getting peckish again.
You could try. But this guy, not to make a water pun, has gone off the deep end.
Oh, you're good. I like her.
And he done murdered some Imperial folks, and he's been killing for a while. That's what I hear. Crab man, what they call him.
Who would this be?
Some guy, they say they're doing experiments out on some island over in the east. Apparently, he's one of those things.
Suddenly a waypoint drops like hundreds of miles away on our map. That's DLC.
I don't know. I feel like I would have heard something about this. I did work in acquisitions. We went through all sorts of manner of magic and technology.
Really? Now that is interesting. If you want to give some information, I sure would love to learn about that. What sort of things have you acquired over the years?
Oh, various random things that I honestly couldn't go through the whole list. We had a log, but I know where they took the items.
What was so magical about this log? Did it have like frogs that lived in it that were?
Stop being stupid,
fits in your
darling.
pack. It's good for a snack.
He's not talking about that kind of log, darling.
Oh, okay. One of them books you keep. Gotcha. Never mind. My bad.
You know better than that, Hunter. Come on now.
There was all sorts of items. I mean, I took one of them. It was a spell tome from the Pixie Lands. It was powerful items that were confiscated.
Ooh. And you have that on you now?
Yes.
I sure would love a look at it.
I think at this point, Clementine would sort of like walk out from between her legs and just sort of like stare her down.
Oh, well, look at that precious thing. Oh, come here. She's gonna like just give a little motion to see if Clementine will hop up into her arms.
It will not.
Classic
oh,
cat.
Shy one, that's okay. She's just gonna lean down, just kind of scratch its head a little bit, or at least try to, unless it runs away.
It's almost like it's guarding the book.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Oh, all right then.
madam, we don't have all the time in the world. What is a sufficient exchange for this information?
All right. Tell me, you tell me one thing. Where did you find this book? You tell me that, and then I'll tell you. I will tell you what you want to know about the people who murdered your sister.
Rain, if you would be so kind.
Sorry, what did she want to know?
Where you found the book?
I can't remember where exactly we said that was.
It was over near one of the forts, either Fort Washington or Fort Xander. It's like right along the perimeter, or kind of the boundary line between Pixeland and the more tamed areas of Lobel.
Right. Okay. I do.
Probably like in a small village that was like on, just on the.
In a church in a small village just outside Fort Xander.
Alrighty then, that's good to know. Alright, so you were wondering about the people who may have murdered your sister?
Yes.
I heard about two guards who were reassigned here around that time, and they were complaining quite a bit. And they were complaining not only that they were reassigned, but that specifically they were reassigned to deal with all the yak shit up in the stables next to the barracks.
All right. Thank you.
Is there anything else that you would like to know? Because I am happy to exchange more information.
You ever heard, fella, or stories and this fella goes by the name of Ronan?
Fella by the name Ronan.
Yeah, got himself a weird arm.
Like a human, or a dwarf, or
It looks a
a
little like me.
Goliath? Oh.
His are different though.
Oh, yes. I know who you're talking. You're not talking about just a fellow. You're talking about a devil, a demon, something. A fiend is what he's known as.
Yeah. So you heard of him?
I love the story of Ronan. Nothing gets me hot and sweatier. And she's gonna go over to this bookshelf that's got a list of like all sorts of smut. And she's going to pull out a book. Check it out. Abashed the devil stood and felt how awful goodness is. And she's going to hand it over to you. And that is a collection of short stories. They are all quite steamy. And Ronan the Wanderer is one of my favorites.
All right, I'll study this. Mind if I borrow it?
It's yours, my friend.
Don't pretend to be
You
shy.
can have it.
Hunter.
However, I know you're good for it, but maybe you can deliver now. You got a piece of information for me? Something more that I can know?
Well, as
You've
you know,
already.
Poe's flown the coop. Not sure where he turned up.
He's
Sure
over in Berserkshire somewhere.
That's good to know. Hanging out with the burly folk, huh? Well, let's see. Could give you the number that were cleared out in that.
Reconnecting with the
hill.
Big Three, I believe, delivering a message of some kind.
That's good.
Now here I am giving all these secrets away. What are you gonna give me?
Oh, I tricked you, didn't I?
No, I'm freely giving it to you. I like you. But I still want something in return, and I expect that you will deliver and not stiff me.
Andrew was
'Cause
trying
if
to
you
think
stiff-
of something that.
Because if you stiff me, you gotta pay. You know that.
Hunter blushes which for him means like he goes like a different shade of pink. Yes, yes, ma'am. Andrew's trying to think of something useful that she would want. There's a batch of nasty quicklins that may or may not be taking over a little camp.
Really? Now that is interesting to me. There's quicklins taking over an Imperial camp?
Yeah, well, it was one that had previously been cleared out, but
By
they're going to
who?
be making some noise. Yeah, it's that one. So quicklins are moving in.
So when I say by who and you say that one, you mean you guys cleared it out?
Well, I don't want to take credit from those who deserve it.
So it was you,
So
and
yeah.
now there's quicklins coming in. So I'm curious about the story behind that. How'd you get the quicklins to go do that?
Well, we wanted their house, so we offered them something better.
Alrighty, well, yeah, that's a mighty interesting story. All right. Well, in that case, I think we're all right and square. Unless there's something else y'all want.
Well, I mean, strictly business stuff. We are trying to get hooked back up with some of the other resistance members, kind of get a game plan together. So I don't know when the next meeting is, but
Well, there's two places I recommend you go, unless you want to go down south or east. I recommend you either go over to the safe house with the druid, or I recommend that you go over to where the battle's happening. Probably happening right now. That's over at the Elephant Strait.
Ow, what the fuck is that?
Sounds like we have some stuff to consider then.
Sounds like
Is
you do.
there
It sounds like
any-
you don't have much. Go ahead.
Is there anything perhaps happening to the south if they are attempting to cut off the Empire from the Strait? How do we cut
Well, I
them
can
off
certainly
from
tell you
the
there's
land?
been a lot of there's certainly been a lot of movement coming in from the south coming up north. They're preparing for a heck of a lot of battle, and from what I hear, there ain't going to be any reinforcements from the other side of the mountain range till come springtime. So all the troops that are over here in the Farlands, that's all they got.
That's good information to know.
Madam, do you deal in more than just secrets?
I deal in all sorts of things, darling. What can I help you with?
Would you accept money in exchange for information?
I got no need for money, darling.
I was afraid of that.
I'm sure you got juicy secrets to tell.
I have nothing.
Insight check.
Can I trade her my rain catcher for information?
I don't think I got nothing, Shook.
If you want to do deception, go ahead.
Shoot.
You're a time hopping half orc.
I ain't got shit, alright? Where did deception go?
Ooh.
Damn, both of you got a nat 18.
Oh no,
But her
she's
her insight's a lot higher than +1 though.
yeah, I reckon.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Fuck.
Come on, darling, don't try to play me. I know. It's just like staring to an invisible, like to a number of people. This looks really weird if she's just having a conversation with an invisible person. Now, come on, now. I know you got some juicy detail. A woman like you, come on now.
I know that there's other timelines where people lost are still alive. I know of a construct that was revived in the woods and is roaming freely right now.
Tell me about that. Because
claims.
dunamancy stuff, yes, darling, I know.
Oh,
There's dunamancy, yes.
I figured.
Heard of that. But this
I knew that wasn't the juicy
Cons-
thing.
constructs
F-
revived from what?
Found in the woods and revived.
Found where?
With
Found where in the woods?
towards Berserkshire. It was guarded by a tree, and I think the juiciest part of this story is that we were almost destroyed by a tree, but in the midst...
Now this is a whole.
This is quite a story. It's an epic, if you will. In the midst of a battle, it suddenly gained a bit of a moral compass. It decided not to fight, and it ultimately decided to leave. We do not know where it went.
We could also. It seemed that it came from a more what was the Empire, the previous Imperial reign. If that's a player.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Like it itself is from a different time, but
That's very fascinating. What does this construct look like? Was this a metal construct, a wood construct, a stone
there's a
construct,
little bit of
clay?
both.
Artem, make your character
Wood, I
draw it.
believe. Draw it.
Are we doing this again?
Rain hasn't seen it anyway.
Use your imagination, Rain.
That'll be better.
A construct made of wood and metal is roaming around somewhere we don't know.
Yes.
You've got not a clue as to where he's gone?
No, actually, it left us a couple of goodies, and he awayed.
It's a shame.
It is a shame.
That's an interesting story, though. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Alrighty then. Well, what is it that you want to know? You've given information, I shall give you information.
You seem to know a lot about the goings-on of the rebellion.
I sure do, darling. I sure do.
Do you know anything about the little boy in STEM Garden?
Honey, you're gonna have to be more specific. There's a lot of little boys in STEM Garden.
The one that was sent to blow up the church in STEM Garden, the temple.
Now, that's an interesting case that piqued my curiosity a bit. First reason being that I'm fairly certain that this was not an official resistance thing, otherwise I would have heard about it. So somebody's been going rogue. Somebody's been doing something they weren't supposed to do.
I gathered.
Now, what's interesting about that boy is he is deaf. Oh, this is your boy.
My son. Yes.
Honey, I'm so sorry.
Continue, please.
Oh, well, alrighty then. If you want me to just get through it, I will. There were some boys and girls about his age going missing, like, in STEM Garden for a number of years. Far enough in between that no one seemed to really piece it together, but it's something as you hear stories after stories, it starts to put it together. And, he was an interesting one. After his death, he wasn't exactly missing, but after his death, no one has been going missing since over in STEM Garden. But oddly enough, since then, there has been a couple missing children from Waterwheel. Since then. I find that very strange. You know, with missing child here and there, you know, kids wander off in the woods, they get picked up by a witch and, you know, cooked or eaten alive and such. But there's enough of a pattern going on that I think something changed when your boy died. Something changed. Suddenly, maid kid's no longer missing over there, and it's like somebody moved on over here. But beyond that, I couldn't tell you. I could tell you some of the families who lost a child. There's another one in the Resistance who lost a child, actually.
Could you give me those names, please? If you could.
Well, sure thing. And she's going to write down a number of names, which I don't have in a thing right now, but I will give you later.
Right.
And one of them is the leather worker. Which, why is her name
Freya?
escaping me right now? Say again?
Freya?
Not Freya, no, the leather worker. Freya was the one.
Oh, Helga.
Helga, yeah. Helga is one of the names of the people who lost a child.
Good. Thank you.
Sorry I couldn't be any more specific, but you know, all I get are rumors and stories. I don't always get the whole picture.
No, it's understandable.
Well, you all would probably be running out of time pretty darn soon. Is there anything else you want to say before we skedaddle?
Yes, actually. There are a number of things I'd like to know. I'd love to know about who made that suit, if it was you, pointing towards her transforming dress. There's some people.
I wouldn't say just to be clear, it wasn't a transforming dress. It was, she said off, and then one suit, like her big fluffy dress, like just kind of opened up and came off, and has just been like stationary, just kind of floating in place ever since. And then she went over and found a different dress and said on, and then it wrapped up around
Like
her.
the lady from Futurama.
I don't know.
Is it enchanted then? It looks like that. It's not an artificer thing.
Seems like both of the dresses are enchanted with a Dondoff thing.
Got it. Interesting. There is at least one person in the world I'd like to know more about, but I think more than anything, in what I'm able to give you, is the attack on Stem Garden, the explosion. What do you know about it? Who caused it?
Again, I know for sure that was not a resistance attack. That's why I know that you guys didn't do it. If there was an orchestrated attack within the resistance to do something that big, and that was big enough to not be off the books, I have a feeling that it could be the resistance without me knowing. So, as much as that, you can be assured that resistance people are not involved. I have my own suspicions that it may have been the Empire itself. I have no proof.
Funny, we were thinking the same thing.
Well, then we're all in the same place on that one. Unfortunately, that's all I got for you.
Oh, you know
If
anybody
there-
that could fit us out with some half-decent disguises so we can maybe move around being wanted and all?
Somebody who's got a pretty good way with disguises, he could set you up. He's got a good disguise kit. He can probably set you up real good before you head out of town.
That'd be great.
If there was proof of the explosion, who caused it, and it was the Empire, do you think you would be able to get that information out and destabilize this region from their control?
One thing I've learned about stories, and is that stories are more powerful than the truth. You might be able to find the truth, but the question is, can you get people to believe it? Right now, there's a story going around. That story is building and catching like wildfire.
The
That
story is that I'm an evil genius, correct?
more or less, yes. But what the truth is that I'm not sure exactly what you are. You seem impressive with that piece of armor on, and your father and mother certainly not dim-witted quite a bit. But unfortunately, they're certainly not powerful. They're hiding underneath a dang bathhouse.
All I want, all any of us want, is the freedom to just work and live and not be harassed or shut down or judged or anything. And the Empire
Well,
took that away from us.
Isn't that what the Resistance is all about, darling?
The concern is that this war, that Stem Garden might become a casualty of it, a pawn.
Like sticks?
Like sticks.
Yeah, that town's pretty much gone. Well, I've been giving you a bit of juicy info, Anwar. What have you got for me?
Well, what I don't have is information, but I do have something even better. A very rare, very few of these exist in the world. A powerful device invented by myself. Now Anwar's going to reach into his bag and he's going to pull out his sonic toothbrush and he turns it on, fights cavities, and helps promote gum health.
This is the man they want for the Maban.
Oh, come on. It has an automatic timer that after 2 minutes it stops going.
It actually
lets you
works
know when you need to swap out the brushes.
very well, as long as it doesn't like.
And
Well,
we'd like
yeah,
to
when-
thank Quip for sponsoring this stream.
But no, it
I don't like it. The one end vibrates and it makes my hand feel all funny.
yeah,
Well-
Well, you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
We'll take 24.
This brothel has the freshest smelling mouths.
Well, I do have a lot of working gents and gals. How many of these do you have?
I mean, I was thinking about giving you one. It's
Get your
not really
family.
some-
Get your family to make more.
I could, I haven't really had much time, but I mean, I probably should stress. I mean, as powerful as it is a toothbrush fundamentally. I mean, I couldn't.
Is
after I
that fresh breath or the
Yo-
smell?
You only have the one?
I mean, how many do I have right now? Should I roll like
I
a
don't
D?
know. How many do you have?
It's however many I need to be convenient for the plot. I
Well, I've
imagine
got
he
this
carries
suitcase
like
of unsold
I'm
models
gonna
here.
push back a little bit and say when Anwar was clearing out all his shit
Oh, yeah.
back when he was like was there a stock of it? Like I imagine there were a number of them. Did he
Yeah.
take them all with him for such an occasion where he needs to trade? Like what did he do?
He would have.
and some horny brothel owner might want 50 of these. I will take all of them with me.
All right, this is the new flower. We got to carry toothbrushes in every campaign.
Sonic
thinking
vibrating
that-
toothbrushes.
Boom.
that Anwar would have made at least 20 to 30 to have like a decent stock to sell.
Uh-huh.
So like, assuming they ever started selling well, but I imagine a world that doesn't have a concept of dental hygiene, it doesn't sell particularly well because they're like, who cares about your teeth? It's just your breath.
I mean, who needs germ theory when you've got clerical healing, right? Like everyone heals on a long rest. So
Audra's
But I
like,
was
I
saying-
don't do breath, just HP.
Anwar would probably have 20 to 30 sonic toothbrushes.
Tell you what, normally I'll only take information. But this intrigues me just enough that I will accept 12.
12. It's almost half my stock.
Well,
And
I
that's a
got a
good
lot
thing.
of I got a lot of employees.
Anwar, she does have a lot of information.
Or of course you could just give me some juicy information. That would be just fine too.
What information do I know right now would be interesting to a information dealer?
Anwar, you can make more toothbrushes, my man.
That's true. 12 toothbrushes, you said? A 1 dozen? And he's just start like. Bloop, bloop. Now, I should warn you that there is a 1 in 100% chance, or 1% chance that it goes into what I call kill mode. In which case, I would not recommend putting it near your mouth or any extremity hereof. Sometimes mastering the thunder energy that goes into these is tricky. So
You had my attention, but now you have my curiosity.
just
We're gonna
if
get
it's
word
not really
that a
starting to
bunch
go,
of gonna
don't
get word
want-
that a bunch of these brothel employees are dead next week for some mysterious mouth weapon.
All right.
Well, let's be honest, they're not going to be in the mouths.
Yeah, they're not for the
Mm.
mouth.
Actually, Mysterious Mouth Weapon is my porn name, and that's copywriting issues there.
Ladies and gentlemen, mysterious mouth weapon.
So
Well,
I
alrighty then.
guess I'll put that in my bag that I have. We'll say I said 20 to 30. We'll say I have 10 left.
This is my
Okay.
favorite episode, by the way.
It's been very informative too. Honestly,
It's been-
it's been 12 toothbrushes in your mouth.
Okay. Okay.
All at the same time? Well, now you're all talking about a good time.
Yeah, each one you hold 12, and then you only need to get like 1, 2, 2.5 teeth with each one, and it's a full,
Oh, God.
full set.
What kind of bizarre Ripley's Believe It or Not is this?
Have you seen? I've seen ads for a thing like that. It's like a mouth guard that supposedly you like
Yeah,
bite and
and
it
you
just
bite
does its
and
thing.
it-
That's weird. That's just weird.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Ladies and
it's that
gentlemen,
effective.
I believe our time has gotten a bit odd. So,
Gentlemen, it's mostly women in this party.
and 2 gentlemen.
Anyways, yes, you've been very helpful, madam.
Now, are you looking for a place to stay, or are you not?
I think we have a place we need to get back to, at least for now, don't we?
And Rain, you're
Very
able
well
to
then.
get us all out of the city again the same way you got us in.
Yes.
Well,
And
these
I say
weird
that-
things are still good till tomorrow, aren't they?
Well, I mean, also my my new wagon is ready to roll. Pardon pun, is ready to roll. And my 2 yaks. Could you read the dwarven? I never grabbed that from you.
Biscuit and Missy. Are
Biscuit and Missy. Those are my new yaks. It's funny that you went with one name and one food. I wrote to Richard, Llewellyn, and Spud, but I like Biscuit and Missy better.
Alright.
That's very good.
How are you going to get the yaks across the river?
Oh dang!
I mean, there is a ferry that takes most mainstream people. That's what the town's really for, is it's right next to the ferry.
But I mean, it will get us in and out of the gates. The more notable of us can tuck into the compartment, and
But we do need to go to the other side of the river where the safe house is. Both safe houses.
Well, before we leave this town, I would like to pay a quick visit to the stables. Which,
yeah, I'd like to.
Hunter,
shop
I would
around.
guess is where your yaks are to be found anyway.
Right, I suppose we do have some business there.
Although
We've all been here for quite a bit of time. I'm worried that y'all's invisibility is gonna run out.
yeah,
while you're
this
halfway out the door.
this would not be during the
How-
same trip. Do you have a quicker way out of here, madam?
I do not. But if it's a disguise y'all looking for, I can put you up in a room downstairs until the disguise guy comes over here and does the job right in here. Walk out the door looking like a whole new people.
I think that would help us in the long run, y'all. Like being able to, you know, not have to do this dog and pony show every time.
I suppose.
I can only turn 2 of us invisible twice a day. It would be very useful.
All right, so guess we tuck in for a little bit, enjoy some of that laundry service, and take a load off.
Yeah. So are we gonna, Richard? Are we going to have people like make disguises for? Like, what's the actual like mechanically what's happening here? Are we being handed items that are disguises, or is this like you are disguised for the next little while until you wash the makeup off, so to speak?
Basically, yeah, it's gonna be like, imagine you had disguise self, but it's more limited to what you'll be able to get away with, and there will be a DC for it depending on how this person rolls.
Okay.
Hopefully they roll well.
Because I was, because like at least for what Audra wants to do with speaking to these two who got like reassigned, to get what she wants out of them, like going in looking like one of their superiors would work best for her. And like Rain's obviously also part of the Empire, but if Rain is going to be disguised as well, then like that doesn't help in that way, you know. I'm also putting this out there if anyone else has any thoughts on that, because if I'm trying to get information out of these two, to me that would seem to be the best way to do it, would be to disguise as someone higher up than them.
Are you planning on going in alone?
No, but I'm just saying like that's the kind of look that would be needed for that sort of thing.
For Hunter, I'm thinking
Unless he
like
approaches
big
your dead
hair.
sister.
I'm thinking like big hair wig that would like cover the horns to make it look like just this big obnoxious hairdo, or just like big fluffy long locks, and then like a little like Lemmy stash.
What did you say, Sid?
Okay.
What did you say a moment ago, Sid?
Oh, I was joking about pretending to be your dead sister and like haunting them with like some like classic freaking gross like Ghost of Christmas Past shit.
Well, I've only got disguise self once a day, which is why I have to do like something different.
Coward.
So yeah, basically, Water Wheel is separated into 2 main sections. One is more the commerce area where you guys are in, and then there's like up on a larger hill that's even like more fortified. You have to go up this drawbridge that will take you up to, which is mostly Imperial, and like the lord of the town, like all of that stuff is kind of there. The Imperial barracks are here, and then right over next to is the stables that are next to the barracks.
So if I want to look like an Imperial, I've got to go through Imperial territory.
Oh yeah, this is like heaviest Imperial patrol is like all up here. So you're going into the Lion's Den.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what sort of looks the rest of y'all are going for, but that is what Audra wants, is to get up there. And we got to visit the stables anyway, I guess, for the yaks.
Well, that's a different set of stables. There's stables that's literally right next door is where these are. But the Imperial stables are up
where
here.
they were. Okay, okay, gotcha. All right, so what's still on the checklist for this town? Pick up the yaks. Audra wants to check out the other stables. What else?
If we're getting a yaks and wagons, that means we need to, at least someone needs to go on a ferry, which is another checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
What do you wait?
Because we had a clean way of getting out of the city by walking along the bottom of the river.
Yeah,
right.
But and like you're saying, that doesn't get the yaks and cart across. They have to come across the river somehow.
Yeah, they need.
So the burden of how you want to do that is there.
How I would do that would be having Ravadia, setting up something up with Ravadia where she would need to deliver goods across there in a more legitimate fashion. We could do some smuggler bullshit so she could meet us in the next city where we're planning to be.
And also, just so you know, like, crossing to the other side is literally how you get to Stem Garden. Like, that's the most natural place for Ravadia to go anyway. So getting across the other side of this is not hard. So long as you're not a wanted person.
All right, so maybe we go through the water like we did before and just meet Ravati on the other side with your cart then?
And I mean, I could be in the cart.
Well, you don't need. You'll
In the
be with
hole.
us. So you don't need to do any of that. You just
Yeah.
you
don't wanna
breathe and go
split
through the
party,
water with
right.
us, and then just have Ravati meet us there with your stuff. Right? Is that the? I feel like that's the move.
I can live with that.
Okay.
I
And
like
that would
the
be
little
done.
fire pyre over here.
And we still have the gills until like mid-morning tomorrow, which means we can like
Yep.
take care of business today and head out to do that in the morning, and then just meet Ravati on the other side the next day.
So
It does
quick
also need-
disguises. I would like to go see if I can find some better armor because I'm still rocking my leather armor from character creation, and I would love to get either some studded or +1 studded if that's like not stupid expensive.
We also didn't you guys have jewels to appraise?
Yeah.
Did have jewels. To
Yeah, I
appraise.
gave it to you last time, but like in game, you should have somebody go to an appraiser at some point to say that happened.
Do we want to take a quick 5 and then come back and do all these other odds and ends?
Sure.
Yes, please.
All right, cool. I'll flip us over to the break.
If you need to pee, just use this.
All right, we'll
I
be
need
right
to
back.
top off.
Alrighty. Boy, that was a delicious off-air conversation. Everybody,
You'll never know.
this, I mean, suffice it to say, this crew were big on jalapenos. What can I say?
We can cook.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, you all are put in a room that she decided, and she is gonna say, "Well, all right, goodbye now, and I'll make sure somebody comes over real quick who's real good with disguises."
Great. And when she leaves, Audra's going to look at everybody else. I guess we're just going to drop our spells now, too, now that we're in the room. If they're not just expired. Audra will
They're
look
probably close to expiring.
Audra will look at everybody and just... Listen, I know there are various errands we need to run. Hunter, you have your yaks, and Anwar, you have those stones and whatnot. I would really like to at least pay a visit to these soldiers in the stables that the madam mentioned. Does anyone feel comfortable going with me? It would mean taking Imperial disguises, but, you know, it might be a little dangerous for me to do so on my own.
Yeah,
What-
I don't think that's a good idea to do solo. Let's get situated and then make.
What exactly is your goal?
I need to know what happened to my sister, and apparently these two have some connection.
Oh, I thought you're gonna. Okay.
I mean, never say never, but that's not the goal. That's not the primary goal.
Fair.
Besides, if I just off those two, how do I know who told them to do it?
Well, all right. Here's what I'll say. I'm all for it. I think that's important, but I think we can't go in unprepared. So the more loose ends we can tie up before we do that, the better. That's just me.
Richard, could we go into this place without needing to look like Imperials? Like, would we be stopped if we tried to go into those stables and talk to them?
I mean,
We're wanted
you don't
criminals,
know
Tony.
that.
Well, I know. I didn't say looking like we do now, but I'm saying, do we need to go in looking like Imperials?
I don't know if I can tell you that.
Okay. Well, I mean, based on Audra's original plan, that's what I think what she was going to ask for disguise-wise is, like, the Imperial look.
Would Rain know? She's been to Waterwheel before.
That's true. Or Audra could just go as in disguise, and Rain could just go as Rain, potentially. I don't know if Rain wants to do that, but...
Having somebody who looks like just a commoner going through the general commerce area going up to the more secure area would seem a bit odd.
Okay.
Also, I feel like the potential of them not recognizing like a fellow Imperial or like a guard is also kind of risky, potentially.
Okay.
It's true.
I mean...
Because I mean, they saw Rain and they're like, "Who let you in here? We don't recognize you. Oh shit, you're leopard.
true.
Like, get the fuck out." But there was enough recognition of like, "Yo, I don't recognize you.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you?"
Okay. I mean, just character motivation wise is definitely
Right, no,
something she
but,
wants to
like,
do. Like this is
just
what she's written to do is figure out what happened to her sister. So like,
I got a wild idea.
you know, I don't want to just like rebel against everything the group wants to do and
What
run off.
if we
but...
start a grease fire?
All right. That's plan B. All right. So, okay, we already know a handful of Imperials are in this building already.
Mhm.
They had to have rode in on
in this
some
one,
yaks,
yep.
right? Are there yaks like outside or what?
I mean, there's way more Imperial guards than there are yaks in this village or town.
If we can grab a loose yak, have someone in
Oh,
disguise,
buy a dinner first.
have someone disguised lead the yak to the gate and say, "Hey, this Imperial yak was just wandering. I thought I'd turn it in." Their guard's like, "Okay, cool, we'll take it from here," and lead it. Little do they know, a couple people are invisible on the yak and get walked directly to the stable, where then they could dismount and do their espionage.
Okay.
Well, there's two problems with that. Well,
Mhm.
one problem, one observation. If you were invisible, you could just walk into the stables. Uh,
There is that.
but but also, I have no way of getting you out because I only have 2 castings of that per day. It's a 3rd level to get 2 people invisible.
Yeah.
So,
So
well, I
getting
mean, we can.
out is the problem.
Right. Oh, sorry. You mean out of that area? I thought you meant out of being invisible. I was like, wait, what? There's no way you have control over
No,
that.
I mean,
Gotcha.
yeah, no,
Gotcha.
getting out of the area after you learn what you need to.
Right.
Because
That's fair. All right, I'm throwing
also,
spaghetti.
well, also, what's stopping the like? Are you going to kill the guards after you learn what you need to?
I mean,
I don't think.
It's
Does
Audra.
Audra
I
want to? Does
mean-
Audra want to? Yes, but if it's her and like one other person and a stable full of guards, then
Then
she's
super
even
yes.
even she is not that like blind to the danger, you know.
well, here, Audra, we'll role play. You'll ask who killed my sister, and I'll say I won't tell you. Now, what's your next step?
I'm again. It doesn't. It's not outright killing, but it is. Oh, you're going to tell me, which is again why I was saying like if she went in like with some sort of superior imperial look, like that's would be the way to do it. The problem with that is, like as was said,
So
people
many
in this
things.
town would know she's not one of their imperials, so to speak.
How many like 8-foot tall Imperials are there?
Uh,
Little
I'm-
tall
well,
for a stormtrooper,
Well,
aren't you?
when you're disguised, you do change size. Well, with disguise self, at least.
Well, the illusion is, but yeah, you can if you, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting the desire. I'm really having a hard way of us infiltrating an Imperial base to find 2 guys to forcibly, what's it called? Enhanced
Enhanced interrogation.
interrogation tactics without it leading to a blood brawl when we're
Of the
all
entire-
already wanted.
Yeah.
Mhm. Now, if we could figure out when those 2 people specifically go on patrol
There you go.
If they,
and kidnap them from the street,
yeah. Now, do they get to do that though?
Like,
Is-
if there's any way to, like, hey, this is like a freaking formal request to send these 2 guys over here because we need help. Like, something, anything to lure them out of there
Okay.
would be stellar.
This I can get behind. Yeah.
We
how do we
actually,
know the names?
we actually
Put it
do
down
have a
once.
formal crest of someone.
We do.
We do. Yes. Of
We do?
Captain Face Touch.
Yes. So the first Imperial camp we raided, we got his sigil and an example of his writing. And he is of high rank. If he is not known to already be dead, we disposed of his body in a way that he could be MIA or dead or unknown.
Okay. So
Um,
okay, y'all are definitely correct as far as bringing them out is better than us going in. So like you're totally correct in that. So okay, if we write up something that can be delivered to the imperial part of the city, just whoever curries it over, just this is for your commanding officer or whatever, right? Like, and we just, I guess we don't have their names, right, Richard? We just know that 2 were reassigned, right?
Correct.
Okay. Like, but if we word the letter in some way that we can, oh, it looks like Artem's got a light bulb went off. But yeah, if we word it in some way to have them meet us somewhere, like maybe outside of town or something, where like, should it turn violent, there won't be a bigger problem,
So, Rain would have her reassignment letter. She could literally copy what's in her official reassignment letter and just name the other guards that we need, and they would have to pack up and go.
Problem is we don't have their names.
Well, what if
So-
Rain makes a deal with her Shinigami and then she gets the eyes? So then she can see their names in their lifespan.
Yeah,
Well,
Clementine's just
actually-
Ryuk, right?
Well,
Well,
actually,
here's the thing.
if-
Rain kind of already has the eyes.
if Rain sees somebody, she can force their true names out.
The fuck does that mean?
Yes,
What
What
does
is
that
the
mean?
name?
I like how it was all fun and haha and like in like hypotheticals, but knowing
Anime,
she
am I
has
right?
it, and then it's like, what the fuck?
Explain yourself, witch.
So,
Okay.
How does
So
that
we
work?
I haven't.
We like this. We have a wagon. We can transport them to wherever they're going, and in the middle of the highway, quick pit stop.
Oh,
To
dude, we
your
don't even need
doom.
that. We just get them to come outside and start walking the road. Just, hiya. But,
Why
okay.
do that when we can have them in our wagon? We're direct.
I like that,
snappy
Andrew,
range.
you and I tend to get hung up on the best things. I'm like, no, I need these people, and you're like, wagon. I like that.
My plans involve yaks and wagons, specifically my wagon.
That's what I got.
Yeah, no, it's totally okay. So how's this work?
No, but I mean, if they're getting transfer papers, right?
Uh-huh.
Then like, how are they gonna go? Are they gonna walk like a couple of dummies, or are they gonna ride in a fuck? Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll take you. I'm trying to make that coin.
Okay, so it looks like. Okay, so
Have
that
to be
still
within
involves
60
60 feet. So we still
Yeah.
need to get in there, but not like it doesn't have to be like a scene. We can just go in, attempt to figure out who they are, target them, and get out.
Well, not we.
On
Yes.
this-
Rain goes
on this-
invisible by herself.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, you could also just go invisible, but I mean, you still probably want backup. But yeah, when I say when I
here's a
say
question.
we, just generally speaking, more than one for safety's sake. But generally,
this
Can't
count
have
as a
two people invisible.
I thought you. Oh, are you totally tapped on that? I thought you said you still have one more use of it.
I have one more on 2 people, but getting out if we do any attack or spell.
That's why you send one person, so they won't
Okay.
do that.
So you can go back invisible afterwards. Gotcha.
Okay, so here's a question: does extract name cast count as a spell? Because theoretically, Ring could do it while invisible. If it's not,
It says feature, doesn't say it's a spell.
Yeah, and invisibility says what exactly?
the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. It's very specific on either attacking or spell casting.
In that case, I'd say, yeah, you can do it while still being invisible.
Not a spell.
All right. Well, okay. So assuming that was all like actually in character to some degree. Well,
Yeah.
Rain, if you're willing, we can go in there and do that.
If it helps you find who harmed your sister, absolutely. You should probably come with me so that I know whose names I'm taking.
To be frank, I wanted to ask you about it to some degree anyways, so I'm fine being your backup on this.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so before we start doing crazy stuff, let's just recap what the hell's our plan is. Because there
Okay.
seems to be some disconnect when it comes to our plans. Right now, the plan is Rain and Audra, you go invisible and you waltz into an Imperial camp to go look at 2 guards who shovel yak poo. Is that correct? You get their
Yes.
names, you leave, you write them a letter. And in that letter, it says, you 2 have been reassigned. And then you deliver said letter to them, and they're like, guys, we gotta go right now. And then they take the letters, and then they leave, and then they go on the outside of town, and then we jump them and shouldn't kill them.
Why the quotation marks, Hanmar?
I'm saying shouldn't because it's doing so much work in this scenario of us the likelihood of not killing them
After talking to them.
after talking to them. Is that correct? Is that the plan?
That sounds right to me. And just in case anybody's feeling funny about it, I can do my best to do anything but kill.
Yeah, don't do shit for me. I think it's pretty much the same quotes there.
I didn't do any
We
quotes.
don't have to.
I mean,
have
I
anything.
don't have anything against it. Like revenge is
I mean,
revenge.
We are all still going to be disguised anyway. So
How long do we think this plan will take?
Rain, you're the expert.
We have to get their names within the hour, because that's how long the invisibility lasts.
And then time to pack up their stuff and leave, so 2 hours tops?
No, it's got to be longer than that because you got to get back, write the letter, then get it sent, walked in.
Oh, it won't be that long to write the letter. I'm fairly good at official documents.
Sounds like within the day it's possible.
Within the day? Cool. I need to see if I can get better armor. So what I could do is, I could be, once we get disguised and armored up, I could be the one to roll up and I'm the courier service to take them to where they're being transferred. That way we get them somewhere nice and lonely where they can be interviewed properly.
Would Rain know anything about transport for reassignment? It probably is just like take what you get, probably.
They would probably just take a couple of the yaks from the stables that they work in.
Hey, more yaks.
All right. Well, does everyone feel okay with this? Because while Rain and I infiltrate, Anwar, I know you have other business about town.
As long as we can get my family safely out of here and their, needs met, I'm happy with that. I don't mind the extra time with them, albeit it is a little cramped in that back bathhouse room, but as long as we're all safely making our way across the bottom of the river in the next couple days, I'm happy.
Audra will reach out to shake Anwar's hand. We're both very much concerned about family here, my friend. I appreciate you letting me do this, and I will do what I can to help your family in exchange.
Thank you.
Same goes for yours, Chimera, when the time comes. Where's this disguise guy anyway? We've had a full conversation.
And it's just around that time that you hear a knock on the door.
Come on in.
Room
opening
service.
up, you see what appears to be a brunette elf. Long pointy ears, long flowing brunette hair, blue eyes, very much all dolled up. Comes forward to all of you, and she's got a big bag of stuff. She's like, all right, everybody. This is everyone, all 5. All right, she's gonna shut the door behind. Who is going first, and what's the look you're going for?
I'll go first.
Also, everybody, real quick, make any, I guess. Never mind. Unless if somebody wants to go for any kind of checks, you can. But in any case, that's what she looks like.
Okay.
So sorry. Go ahead.
I will roll a perception check.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell her, all right. So what I'm going for is kind of forgettable everyman, but with big hair to cover the horns, so I look human. Like a little makeup, as long as I slap on a little pale makeup and the wig.
I do have a number of wigs, and she's gonna find one that.
Is that
she's got this big poofy light brown one that seems to be kind of what you're going for.
Is that generally the look for all of us? Just kind of nondescript, unremarkable?
As forgettable as possible is the best disguise. Because if someone's like, hey, describe the suspect, and you're like, white dude.
Can we show her Lady E's drawing? This.
Right. It's no idea how to describe them. Human fighter. I am human fighter A.
Or dwarf barbarian. I think that's the other. Oh, where'd Ryan go? Oh. Welcome back.
Just going for kind of a peach human elvish skin tone. Is that about right?
Gonna take a lot of color correction.
Alrighty, that's mostly what I've got. Is kind of the most common thing. No problem. Is that what everyone's going for? Something along those lines?
The same. Although if the blue means you need to do more of the Genasi look, that's fine too.
You are a tricky one for how tall you are.
I mean, if you have other recommendations, you are the expert.
Well, if I could put the hair over the ears, that kind of give you away. I could make you look like a Goliath.
Sure. As long as I don't look
kinda,
like me.
The pale skin with some of the tattoos on the face and such.
Sure. That's fine.
Okay. She looks over to Chimera. I could make you look like an elf?
You can try. Have fun with it.
Okay. And the fire Genasi. Ooh, you are fun. What is your...
Can't wait for Tim Gunn to walk through and just judge all the disguises.
It's nothing fancy. Simple human is good. I'm afraid if I go as anything else, I won't be able to speak the language, and that might give me away.
That hair of yours, how exactly does that work? Can I just stick a wig over that?
You can.
Okay. Okay, just making sure I didn't want to like catch anything on fire or whatever.
No, it's mostly aesthetic.
Okay. All right. Cool. There is this cute wizard boy I used to know. I'm gonna make you look just like him. Are you
should
okay
I keep the
with-
glasses
are you-
on, or
No, glasses is perfect.
okay?
I'm gonna give you a little scar though.
Oh, so like this guy was in battles then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. A wizard. That's kind of cool.
All right. So I'll do that for you. All right. You big hair for you. Do you want any fake beards, fake mustaches, anything like that?
It's a fake septum
This is for you, Hunter. Or for you, the tiefling.
I feel like a beard or mustache would be good. Yeah, let's do the Lemmy. Let's go ahead and do that.
All right.
One of those.
Okay. Alrighty, and you with the gills. Actually, I guess all of you have gills. That's gonna be tricky. Okay.
Right.
They're
We all
temporary.
still have gills.
Yeah, I think Rain could dispel them whenever she wants. I don't think they have to be there for 24 hours.
Yes. I can get rid of theirs, but, well, maybe perhaps just a high collar?
All right, high collar. We do that, and then something about that skin. I think I have something that'll work for you. I think I do. You're just gonna take a little bit of extra time. This is gonna take quite a few hours, honestly. It's like at least an hour of work for each of you. Are you okay with that?
Is this a
You'll be
magical procedure or a?
No, I got a big bag, and this is quite fiscal.
Is this something we could like reapply when we need to? Like we have the stuff and we just like
Are we
the
Mrs.
makeup.
Doubtfiring this?
Oh, hello! We need to reassign all these soldiers.
This bag's mine.
I think this
so
is good
does
for one
everything has
use.
Yeah, this is a one-time thing, I've been told. I mean, I could go get more if you want a disguise kit for yourself, but this is mine.
Tell you what, once I get dressed up, you point me to where I can buy some more supplies for it, and I'll do the rest.
All right, you're first then. Let's go. In the chair, come on. And she's just gonna pull you around.
Perhaps we ought to be second, Rain, if our
pulling out
process
her
is going to
makeup.
take a while.
It's a good idea.
So, 5 hours later.
Yeah, she will do Hunter's first, and then Hunter, you're gonna go out shopping and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so while other people are getting makeup, you're doing that. So let's go to your thing real quick. You're trying to shop for a disguise kit and some studded leather.
Disguise kit, studded leather. I'm guessing the +1 is going to be way too much.
Yeah, basically, if you go around and ask, and you're like, I'd like some magical studded leather, and basically the answer's gonna be like, you got any magical studs?
I've heard I am a magic. Never mind.
No.
All right.
I get what you're saying.
All right. Cool. So I'll just look up pricing on this here thing, and
yeah. If you just look at the price of a disguise kit and basic leather armor, that's
is there
or
any
studded leather. If you want to just split the difference between leather and studded leather, you could probably just have them stud your leather, or you could trade it in. Just whatever the difference between leather and studded leather, just pay that.
Okay, and then well, I was going to ask about sweet talking to lower the price, but with that, that's perfect. Okay, cool.
Okay. Yep. So you do all that while other people are getting all of their makeup done. So next up is Rain and Audra, correct? You two are the next ones to get your makeup done?
I think so. If we
All right,
got kind of
once you-
multiple stages that we got to do.
All right. Once you two are done, what are you off doing while Anwar and Kamira are getting their makeup done?
I'm gonna cast my second, third level slot of invisibility, make us both invisible, and
Okay.
go off towards the stables and see if we can't find those guards.
Okay. All right. So you guys will go off and do that. And before we get into that, which might take a little bit, I just wondering, is there
Yeah.
any RP between Anwar and Kamira after you two are the last ones in the room getting your makeup done? Is there anything y'all are talking about, anything like that? I take it at that point it's just the two of you, because Hunter's out and about, and then they're out and about.
What do you think the probability of all of this falling apart is?
I've been trying to think it in my head. I think it's somewhere between 67.3% and 100%. I think I probably a 0.% off, but
Is that 6
It's
to 1 odds? Is that what that is? I don't know how odds work.
it's one of those.
As this woman begins to work on Kamira, she says, "Believe me, trust me, this is going to work. Work too."
Oh my god, I love her.
That eyeshadow, holy shit.
Oh my
She's
god.
adorable.
I love that so much.
Aw.
Is that a goblin?
I think it is. She's got like some cracking skin and stuff.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's solid art, buddy.
All right.
It's awful.
Thanks.
Oh,
I just drew it in the past 2 minutes. No, I found this on the interwebs. Unfortunately, I don't see.
What am I-
name
Artem, when you
attached to it.
resume
my 18
teaching, I
perception
vote
get me?
this is our new party member.
Your 18 perception was not good enough. Her DC.
Oh, I
is
don't
a,
need to know.
20. Well, let's just say that your guys' disguises are going to be really good. She rolled well. She got a high DC. It's definitely better than the 15 it would take to see through a disguise self spell.
Hell yeah.
In any case, so yeah, she'll continue doing that, and then we will cut over to Rain and Audra, who are going to be heading up first towards. So you two right now, one of you looks like a Goliath, and both of you are invisible right now. In that case, why don't both of you just make a stealth roll with advantage, just because you kind of have to get through some spots that are a little tight squeezed to get up without noticing.
Which for
Definitely
me,
like trying to keep your footsteps off while going up the bridge, stuff like that.
for me, that's just gonna be flat because of my armor.
Wow.
Wow, Rain.
Come on, Rain. This is your territory.
So, I will not make this an automatic failure, but what is going to happen is while walking up the drawbridge, getting up close to the gate to get into the next area, you like get caught on that dress that you got from Inger, and you just like face plant right onto the bridge, and you just hear the two guards go like, "What?" So what do you do in this case? Because they're like, they're alerted. What do you do in this case? I'm gonna give you a chance to try to save the situation. There's just a big thud that came out of nowhere from the bridge, and suddenly they're on alert.
So they're looking all around, right?
Yep.
Out of sheer embarrassment as well for herself, like she doesn't even get up. She just like crawls forward.
Crawls. You can roll with advantage again.
Oh no! What is this video you posted?
Oh.
Whenever you get a
Nice,
whenever
Ryan.
you get a chance, just roll with advantage again.
This is one of my favorite videos.
All right, that's way better. Okay. Yep, you're able to crawl over, get past them. That was really close, but you and you just hear one of them go like, "Must have been my imagination."
Must have been the wind. All right, cool.
Anyways,
Okay.
the whole situation's run by, and so yeah, you guys can sneak past there, and you can make it over to the stables next to the barracks. And I should say that once you get up to the higher level, the place is swarming with, Imperials coming and going.
I feel like once we got
at least like 20 that you pass by.
I feel like once we got into, Audra was like saying something like, "Okay, like keep your hand on my shoulder, I'll keep a hand on yours," or something, and then just heard the response from down by her feet. Just like, "You got it."
All right, and you guys make your way over into the stables, and do you want to go inside?
Yes.
I guess
or
we have
at the
to.
very least, we'll wait until somebody like opens it. If nobody comes in like the next 5 minutes, then we'll try and make our way inside ourselves.
Okay. One of so on either side, on the left and right side, there are like they're like big barn doors that can kind of slide open or whatever, and one of them is already like opened enough for the width for one person to get in and out.
Perfect.
Yep. So yeah, you guys have easy time just kind of getting in and out.
And I think we're just listening in, right?
There we go. Yes. So essentially, there's gonna be some extra tokens on here, but I'm just pretend they're not there. So it's basically 2 floors. You walk in and you see that there's like this like crane operation going on, and you can see the one guy, he's got like the trident he's basically using as a pitchfork, and like the guy's loading up hay onto a crane and then like lowering it. Then the guy's like taking the hay and putting over into the stalls of the various yaks and stuff. And they're just kind of chit-chatting with each other. And he's just like, and that's not all I said. Fuck you! And it's like, that's right, that's what you said. They're just like, their conversation's very, like,
Aggressive.
fraternity. Like, it's not very bright.
So we're
like, oh, yeah, well, you know what I said to him after that? I said, fuck you! Like, right on, mate, right on.
Wow, they're having some really important conversations, Rain.
Are these men?
I've never seen them before, but they seem to be the ones taking care of the yaks. Are we like hereabouts, Richard?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Or like maybe just right on the other side of it if you haven't gone through the door yet.
Sure.
Well, I can see them from the doorway, right?
Yep.
I don't even need to walk inside then. She is going. both of them.
I would say the guy up here, you've heard them talking to each other, and you can tell someone's operating a crane from above, but you probably don't have eyes on him without going inside.
Gotcha. Well, let's do the one down here first. So he's going to need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Alrighty. Oh, I need to look up his stats real quick. I don't think that's too good. I think it's like a 12 total.
That will not beat it. He needs to get
All
a
right.
15. Okay. So I know that character's name. Or
right.
the fact that they
Yeah.
lack a name, if that's the case.
He has a name.
And they're charmed.
We'll call him Biggs.
And it's a
We'll say
good
his
name.
name.
He's got one.
I have a name, and it's a good one too.
We'll say his name is Biggs.
Oh, no,
I wonder if the other one. I was just thinking the same thing. I wonder what the other one's gonna be called.
I don't know. I have no idea what they could be called. It's like a total mystery.
Can you see the other one,
okay.
Rain, or do we need to get in there?
I need to get inside.
Bertha?
All right. I'm right behind you.
Between the sound of the yaks, the crane moving and stuff, as long as you're quiet tiptoeing, then you should be fine.
Yep.
She's just gonna get in and like slowly make her way.
Well, you might be able to just see up from there, right?
Yeah, kind of seeing
Well, as soon
up,
as
you
she
could
can
like
see him.
maybe see his face a little bit if you went all the way to the other side.
Yeah, she's gonna like back up against the stable
Okay.
here.
Yeah. Eventually, you can kind of see. You can at least see his face and a bit of his chest.
Okay.
So far,
Let's
plan is working.
try it again.
The step by step, the play by play helped. Thank you, Ryan.
That's a
I'm just
3
gonna start
total.
redoing this
so-
from now on, just to reiterate what plans
Well,
are.
after the logging camp incident, I'm for it. It's
Yeah. The other guy's name is Wedge.
go of course.
Yep. Out of sheer curiosity, though, Rain's just gonna stay here for a little bit, just to like, because she's confused as to why these two in particular. Like, I mean, yeah, their demeanor's not great, but why'd they get the shit duty?
Literally.
Talking for a bit, you get the sense that they have gotten in numerous fights. And you just kind of tell that even of like the just general quality of Imperial soldiers that you've seen, it's like, all right, these guys are like the bottom rung. They're the ones who like they're this close to just getting kicked out or killed.
Oh, okay. Well, at that point, she's gonna like tug on Audra's arm a little bit and take her out of the barn.
All right. And then we'll get out of here.
Yeah. As soon as
You
she
get
gets
on out of there.
That was much easier than I expected it to be. Their minds are very open.
Anwar can be very, step by step with his methods. I tend to just kind of let passion guide me, but I think the instructions helped us get all on the same page there.
Yes, indeed. We should do this more for our operations.
They don't always go this smoothly. It's been about, I would say 50-50, but that's generous. Well, we can go back and copy your papers and get on with it. I think I have a pretty good idea for when we're able to actually get these two separate as well. But I'll wait till everyone's together.
Perfect. And yeah, they're gonna go to a place where they're gonna be safe, either back to the bathhouse or to the madams, and Rain's gonna pull out her reassignment letter and pen a brand new reassignment letter for both of them.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I
that's
imagine
us.
during this time is probably when Anwar got some stuff appraised. Or maybe Hunter did that when he was out shopping. I don't know.
I'm fine with doing that.
Okay. So you did that. Kamira, is there anything else you wanted to do in town, or are you good?
Actually, if I can, she would likely try to look around for any notice of the missing children that were mentioned. I know you said you'd probably give them to me later, like in notes or whatever, but she'd probably look for any kind of posters or proof that maybe the madam was telling.
Okay. Yeah, or just around the general square, you'd see some posters that it's like the opposite of a wanted sign. You know, it's like a "Have you seen me?" kind of post. You would
milk
also see
carton.
wanted. You would also see wanted posters for you and the others. So you'd
Can I
see
grab
a bit of
souvenirs
that.
for everybody?
Yeah.
Which is to say, everybody gets a wanted poster, and also I'm snagging a couple of those. Have you seen? Just to have.
We should all just sign
Please?
the posters.
I thought about that too.
Oh no.
Like sign it like LOL Chimera was here.
Yeah.
So, out of sheer curiosity, does everyone have as poorly drawn a portrait as Anwar's was?
They look like the ones that you saw in your briefing. So, like, Chimera's nose is a bit more jagged and just kind of the orcish features highlighted a bit more. Hunter's is way off. It's like really jagged teeth. Like the general, I don't know. His chin's more of like a butt chin, sort of. The
More like a
horns are
Twi'lek
roughly
than a
right,
tiefling.
but the hair is like a kind of little more floofy and not exactly what it's. Doesn't quite look right. Onmar obviously is really off, and then I guess you didn't get one with a briefing for Audra. Audra's actually looks a little bit nicer. Like I guess this will be offensive to Fearbolgs, but like
They're homely.
it's
It's
not
okay.
as pronounced. It's not as pronounced of the nose and stuff. It looks a little more human-like.
Audra looks at it and she's like, I would never wear makeup.
Yeah, it doesn't have like the pink nose. It's just more blue. It just kind of all matches in together.
Gotcha.
But in any case, yeah. So yeah, if you want to take some wanted posters and take some, when you take the wanted posters, you're gonna see an older woman come up and be like, "Oh, a bounty hunter, are you?"
When the situation calls for it, and when the money's good.
Here's 5,000 gold to
quite.
kill my husband.
Quite exciting, quite exciting. Did you take a look at for the children too?
I did. Yes.
Oh, good. I don't know if you're used to finding people alive, but one of them is my grandchild. It would sure mean a lot to me if you could find him. I'm an old woman. I've experienced the world. I know he's not likely with us anymore, but it would mean a lot if we could bury him.
I understand. Do you know when he was last seen? Where he was last seen?
He was a troublesome little kid, would like to sneak out at night and run off with his friends. I don't think he ever went outside the city, though, but he was last seen, tucked in his bed at night, and then when we woke up the next day, his window was open, and appears he had crawled out, or he was snatched, but knowing him, we think he snuck out and just never came back.
I don't suppose you'd show me where you live, just so I can get a sight on. Maybe somebody left some sort of message outside of his window?
I'm gonna take a look. Offer to give you whatever info I can. You can follow me. We're over this way, just outside the city walls, right over by the cottages.
As we walk, I want to insight check her, because she might be a murderer or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
so
no
she's gonna
old
take
woman has to say, I'm an old woman.
She's kind of takes you over where these cottages are. So I guess I misspoke when I said like she doesn't believe that he went outside the city walls because they live outside the city walls, but like she didn't mean like she doesn't believe he ran off into the forest or anything.
Okay.
17 insight for just like, is she a murderer or not?
Like, is she being truthful? Like, I mean, we already encountered. Okay, because we've encountered and we've encountered some lady that could like see invisibility.
Just start going full Batman on her. Just like get a grappling hook and pull her.
Where are the drugs?
Yeah.
I'm gonna break your legs if you don't tell me what I want to know.
I'm telling the truth. I swear to all the gods.
Oh shit! Wait, did I follow her outside of the city walls?
Oh shit! Did you? If you're following her outside to the cottages, I guess you did.
Oops. Ha.
So the question is, are you going to? She like gets close to the gate to this gate up here. She's getting ready to go out. Do you stop her or do you go with her? What do you do?
Right as they're like nearing the gates, Chimera will falter for just a moment, and then, I'm so sorry. I actually have to go and pick something up just really quickly. It's that house over there, though, right?
Well, you go out this way, and then it's the second house along that kind of the main road is the second house on the left.
Okay.
Point to this one.
I will
pretend they're not like damaged. They're all cottages.
I will be by momentarily. I just have to pick up a few things.
Well, okay then. I've got nowhere else to be. I was just going through town to pick something up, but I got it. So.
Okay. I will see you in a minute.
Alrighty then. You get the hell out of there.
I almost walked outside of town with no means of coming back in.
We all gather up, and it's like, guys, the plan went flawlessly. Where's Chimera?
So where do you all meet up?
The bathhouse, I would assume.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Okay. All right, you meet all back up in the bathhouse.
He was muted.
Well, I have a question as well as a comment, a suggestion, I suppose, for everyone. The question is, who's carrying the letter to get the two guards to leave? The suggestion is, wherever we tell them to be reassigned, therefore determines which road out of town they'll take. So I suggest we be ready there, and I could drop my zone of truth. Perhaps we just pin them down in some way. Obviously, they'll know that they've been hit with some sort of spell, but assuming they succumb to the spell, we can get the information we need, and no violence, certainly no death necessary, since I know it's being looked down upon right now.
Well, I mean, they're also squids, so, accidents happen. I mean, I could handle it, especially in this disguise. Like, look at this hair. I could take it, be their driver. They hop on the wagon, meet us outside of town, and then, and of course, send them to Stem Garden, right? That makes the most sense. There's been more.
Back to the place they were booted from?
I would agree with that. We need to send them further south.
Thought.
All right.
What happens if they try to take a boat
South?
along the river?
I mean, if I roll up saying, hey, y'all, got this here missive, supposed to pick these two up, I've
river
given
doesn't-
orders to ride these folks up.
River would take them straight to Stem Garden. It literally is the main
Okay.
path
So
that
we do need
most
to
things-
pick something
So it
further
would need to
south
be
then.
south. Gotcha.
Yes.
That does
It
track.
needs to be something directly south.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Can we
they'll
get
see the river.
the bigger map?
Yeah, what's south of Loch Reagan? Raven. Loch Reagan. Oh, fuck that place.
Fork Ridge.
Yep. Fork
Next
Ridge.
one down. That
Alright,
work?
yeah.
That work for everybody?
Yep.
Okay. Good call, Ryan. That would have been like we execute the plan perfectly, and then they just leave on a boat. We're like, oh come on.
It
Well, I mean-
wouldn't have been executed perfectly if they just took a boat.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, if
Um,
I come in saying, "Hey, I've got this missive. I'm supposed to bring these soldiers here. Here are their transfer papers." Then that's legit, right? Like,
I mean,
okay,
is
the
that
Empire-
what we want to do? Have them riding out on your wagon? Like we can do that, but like, you
I
know,
feel like it
Well-
makes sense.
If
So
you,
here's a question.
if you go and say, "I'm here to pick you up right now. Get on my wagon. Let's go." You'll also have to pass as part of the Empire, and your
Yeah.
right?
I'm an
wagon's
independent.
not.
I'm an independent contractor. I've been paid to. I've been paid to come here, pick these folks up, and bring them out. Like, I
There,
get to sleep tonight and
Hunter,
then pick them up in the morning.
Hunter, I don't know if maybe directly picking them up is good, but you could strategically position yourself near where they'll be leaving town and offer a ride to what clearly appear to be two travelers.
I could do
honestly,
that
they
too.
would most likely just requisition yaks themselves.
Correct.
Okay, so we
Right.
just need to be ready outside of the gates in that case.
Yes. What I do recommend is perhaps just let the mail system do its work. We simply drop it into the post office and let it arrive to them naturally within the day.
The only downside to that is we'd have to be doing constant recon and waiting for them.
Yes, but it's very unlikely that this would be hand delivered to them. They're
We'll need to be
lowly
doing recon
soldiers.
anyways.
Well,
Yeah.
why don't we just instruct them in the letter to leave first thing in the morning? Then we can be ready to intercept.
Yes.
And perhaps when we return, we make sure Anwar's family's taken care of as well, right after. If we're prepared.
So we're sneaking out of the city once again.
I
Not
could have
that
done that like a moment
difficult.
ago without sneaking, actually. Maybe I should have.
What now?
I met up with an older lady. One of her
We've all done-
grandchildren has gone missing.
Nothing.
Awesome!
Hunter, please.
One of her grandchildren has gone missing.
Oh.
One of the wanted posters had him on it, and I was going to go try to look for some sort of clue, though I think it isn't likely. But I did almost just mindlessly follow her out of the gate. Just walk right on out.
Well, I'm glad that
Didn't even
wasn't the
think about it.
case.
Well, it got close.
Well, as I said to Anwar, I will help him with his family, especially after his help here. And Chimera, I'll do the same. You're helping me on this personal quest, so to speak, and I'm happy to help you in tracking down these children if that is what you seek to do. It's only fair that we help each other out.
So before we wrap up this team meeting, none of y'all are gonna say anything, really?
About what?
Nobody. My new arm. Check this shit out. Like it is
Oh.
squeak, it's fresh. I got the studs on them. Like this thing's beautiful.
Well, if I'm being
while I was at
honest, it just brings you up to par with the rest of us. But welcome, because they will keep you safer.
I'm
Hunter,
gonna take-
darling, it looks amazing.
That's
I'm
what
more
I'm looking
questioning why you didn't ask myself or Audra. Did you know two blacksmiths that could have upgraded your armor for you?
But
At probably a much cheaper price.
I would
Y'all
need the materials.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, we can get that, but I mean, I'm just curious why you
Metal?
never asked. You know 2 blacksmiths.
I'm so upset right now. All right.
and Anwar
Anyway,
can do special magical things that I can't.
I can't.
while
You've
I was
seen his
out,
suit.
I also grabbed these because I thought, hey, we're trying to, kidnap 2 people. So I got some manacles, and I got got us a healer's kit because we've been fucked up a lot lately. So I figured if anybody goes down, worst comes to worst, got that.
I like the idea that the person who went down most is carrying the healer's kit.
Hey, eat shit. Also,
I like to think of this entire conversation happening in one of the private bathrooms.
Yeah.
Where we're all in makeup still, so we can't get in the water, but we can
Yeah.
stick our feet in there. So we're all just like fully clothed with our like pants pulled up, like just our feet in the warm water.
And like
like
legs
talking
that
about-
clearly look like they belong to different bodies.
Right,
because
right,
we're all
right.
disguised. We look like the
Also,
cast
I got
of
sold
Luca,
on these-
just hanging out.
got sold on these caltrops. Supposed to spike on people's feet. So I thought that was nifty.
I've heard a
Bought
lot of
myself
roguish
a little
types
bag.
like you use those.
Yeah, I mean, hell, why not? Why not
Right.
try it out, right?
Oh, did you buy any oil while you were out?
For what?
Things, you know.
Oh, well, it wasn't on the list.
Okay.
I didn't. I can go.
Is
I can,
this
We need to drop the
run
letter off
back out.
anyway. If we need to pick up oil, we can pick
I
up
can
oil.
run back out for oil.
It's really all right. It's not a
No,
big
no,
deal.
it ain't. No, it's cool. I feel bad now, y'all.
Well, we have to mail the letter
These-
anyway, so.
are these things that begin with F and end in Aya?
It's just oil fires are less destructive than grease fires, so I was thinking maybe it'd be, in a effective way.
Ain't
This is-
oil just grease?
Is it?
But like a
What
different
else
word.
are you?
Grease is a sort of coagulated version of the oil.
Is it like one of them rectangles where a square's a rectangle, but a rectangle ain't a square?
Maybe that's true.
It's
Like grease ain't a
perhaps.
grease is oil, but oil ain't grease.
I was
It's
just
more
trying to
like
think
how
of
a body decomposes into a corpse.
What the fuck?
One is the more decomposed form of the other. That's all. And as Anwar said, is far more destructive.
Exactly.
All right, now I'm worried about you.
Sit on fire.
I work with oil and grease. We're blacksmiths. We've said this.
Man,
Speaking of Rain,
a lot
when
of corpse talk to
when
me.
the water shifts, we'll take care of that shield.
Right.
And I need to do a little personal project as well.
Oh, also got a whetstone so I could sharpen my beer.
Couldn't you just dip any rock into the pool right here and turn that into a whetstone?
Well, that'd be like a wet stone, but this is whetstone. It's like
An H.
This is why I don't
Whetstone.
make jokes.
I cast Thunder Wave at 3rd level.
sure don't.
at my
Into the
party.
pool. Well,
At
while
the
Rich,
side of my head.
hold on. While Richard's away, can we just do rolls and see what would
Oh.
happen there?
Oh yeah, everybody.
No.
Can we just
Okay.
see theoretically what that would do
Yeah,
to us?
you roll that, and we'll roll. It's too late.
What kind of
Let's
save
see.
is it?
Shit, that's
Oh
pretty
no.
Con.
What?
That's pretty
what?
good.
What did I miss?
We're seeing theoretically
think
what
you wanna
happens
know.
if
Not
Anwar
theoretically.
unleashed a thunder wave into the pool that we're all hanging out in.
Way to commit to the bit.
Oh, are you guys just chilling in a pool? I didn't realize. Okay.
Well, feet in. So
Yeah,
that
it's
we
like
don't lose the
feet
disguise.
in, but because we don't want our makeup getting wet.
Oh, right.
All right. Well, sounds like we have a few more errands for the evening, and then we're all set. Rain, is the letter good to go with instructions to head to Fork Ridge in the morning?
Should be, yes.
All right. Yes, I guess Kamira saw the timeline where Anwar went rogue and killed everybody in the bathhouse. It's like that scene from John Wick.
She just slowly stands up. She's like, I have to go.
some blue-haired half-elf in the corner with like a glass of something shiny is just looking like, none of my business.
Yeah. Ryan,
Rain.
that is a solid half of my
Fish hooky
HP.
ring.
The 18. Well, I
It
guess
was
if
a
I
pretty
take
good roll.
half, still, that's
You wouldn't do so well for the second round of that. Rain. As far as recon goes, your cat, would it be possible, say, okay, so this worked well last time. We repeat the plan so everyone knows what it is. We deliver the letter. It gets to them and says, pack your things, you're going south, be there, start leaving in the morning. So then your cat can tail either one or both of them. And can your cat speak to you or communicate with you? Is that something you can do?
If it's within 100 feet of me,
The other option is just you tail them when they leave. So you are following them.
I could do that.
And you could update us on the outskirts of town when they leave and when we should be ready.
when they're close, I can drop my zone of truth, and we intercept them there in that area.
I suggest we don't interrogate them out in the open. Perhaps drag them into the forest of Loch Raven.
That's fine too, I suppose. Point being, I will cast first and ask questions as opposed to violence first. I promise that.
We drag them like it's hard to tell. It doesn't seem too fun. But I think that makes sense, right? We'll wait outside. You'll tail them. Let us know when they're coming, and we ambush them and persuasively ask them questions.
Ambush them. I can let you know through my book.
Perfect.
And they're just about to leave.
So then we should deliver that letter so they can leave in the morning, correct?
Yes. I could actually just turn invisible and drop it into the post office so no one knows where it came from. It'll seem like it arrived through the normal mail system.
Yep.
Fine with me.
So I guess Rain will use just a normal second level invisibility and go
Okay.
Alright.
put that into the mail wherever that repository is.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, you dunk that in, and then just like after a little while of watching, just to see what'll happen eventually, like, oh dang it, mate, you forgot one. You gotta deliver this up to the stables.
Do we have anything else for this particular evening other than because Audra wanted to speak to Rain briefly while she was doing the shield stuff.
Or Chimera, Elven Chimera, but that's about it.
Say it again. The beginning cut out.
There's an old woman who's waiting for Elven Chimera to show up.
Oh.
Yeah, like what if I just kind of stay the night outside the city gate so I don't have to bother coming back?
So you're going by yourself.
I mean, maybe.
So you're going off by yourself. That's how it's
Alone.
happening.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you feel good about this plan?
I don't feel good about this plan at all.
All right. I just wanted to double check.
I just want to go check on the lost children for the dying lady.
We've only been stabbed in the back by every single old woman we've come across in this game. But you know what?
All but one.
Maybe this
Chimera,
all but
might I
one
suggest
so far.
that we're
Maybe
all
this
going
time.
to be outside of town tomorrow, and we could all pay a visit, or at least we could back you up?
Why would I need backup? She's an old lady.
Well, as Anwar just said, sometimes the old ladies can be the most dangerous.
She seemed alright.
Well, you figure out what you want to do. I have a shield to fix.
Did you touch your face?
No, I didn't touch her face.
What is she?
She
a
didn't touch
captain?
mine.
Could be an illusion.
You break the illusion and suddenly something just chomps you. You know how freaky that would be?
Richard, is there a potential way I could get like an echo back over the wall if I were to leave?
Good question. You need 30 feet in eyesight.
Yeah. 15 feet to summon, and then I can get echo like the rest of the way, but
Uh-huh.
Probably not.
Oh, sorry, hold on. For some reason I'm gonna call just 1 second.
What is that ringtone?
I was very
it sounded
classical.
really familiar.
Not Jurassic Park.
Holy fucking shit.
It's a dinosaur.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
That's a good one. I also like the. Have you heard the melodica?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's so good. I'll send it to
Richard,
you.
what was your ringtone?
Just one of the basic ones the phone comes with.
Oh, it sounded so familiar.
It didn't sound
Probably
basic.
because you've heard it on somebody else's phone before. So yeah, getting back over would be pretty tough because they've got pretty much a lot of walls that go around. If you wanted to hop into the water and swim, there you could
Potentially.
Although there's definitely people patrolling the
Yeah.
coast right now.
I can wait for the morning and
Well, what if-
go and not have to worry about it.
I just remembered
What
I
if
have to be
I-
shrunk down to swim out.
I
What if
mean,
I loan
as
you
far
the
as like
grapple
the
gun?
stakes, as far as the stakes go, like what you're risking right now is disappointing an old woman.
Yeah, that's why I said I'll wait.
In the
I
big,
mean-
big scheme of things, it's not the biggest deal.
Right,
in
I
the
got a
world.
picture of her kid to like at least try to hunt him down. As I leave, I'll swing by and at least like check outside, see if there's like a tree, if there's some thieves' cant or some like symbols from like something, and just kind of scoot off and never confront her ever again.
You say it
Ever.
doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but watch, she's going to become the new BBEG.
It'll be
Oh, Granny will remember this.
fine.
You never
Just
rescued
say
my
that when the
grandson.
DM is here.
You never rescued my grandson, and now I've learned meteor storm.
Any last things anybody wants to do before we close out for the night?
Talk to Rain briefly while I fix her shield.
Okay.
All
right.
So I wait till the water starts doing its thing, so I can start like hammering and like pulling this thing off. And as I'm doing that, just well, first of all, Rain, thanks for your accompaniment today, getting the information I needed. That's it's the first lead I've had on that in a while, so I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I know if anything happened to my family, I'd want to know.
Yes, I certainly owe you one. I also feel the need to ask you something else. When I met the Becoming, met him in my dreams, if you will, they, whatever the Becoming is, said, you yourself may know more. And I don't quite know what was meant by that. Do you?
About your sister.
Yes.
Don't know anything about your sister, unfortunately. I wish I could help, but unless there's something else that I can help with, I mean, do you know exactly what happened to her?
I will do a quick insight, although I believe you. Tony believes you, but does that get me anything?
I'd like to
Definitely
roll
not.
an
It's not-
insight on
It's
Tony
not,
believing.
Not really great, so.
For
Even
with
with
the
that, she's
10,
been
Audra's
truthful.
like Audra was told that she knew something, but she's
Yeah,
not saying anything, so that's a little odd. But
Yeah.
she also seems like she's telling the truth.
a little
so something-
Audra. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Well, there actually is something else you could do, or at least answer. Let's say we don't get what we need out of these two tomorrow. How could I potentially find who was on patrol that day, who assigned them to that duty, who was commander of the group that was actually present that did this to my sister? How would one find those logs and that information?
Wait, are you saying that your sister was killed by Imperials?
I don't know all of the details, but what I do know is that she was working in the communal garden that day. A patrol came by. Something happened, and it resulted in her. And Richard, did we say there was anyone else or just her that died?
Yeah, in your backstory it says it was her and a whole group of people
Right.
who were gardening or
Right.
something.
And I don't know what happened, but the group of gardeners there all died, my sister included. And I would certainly like to see that entire squad pay for what happened.
And you believe these two men are part of that squad?
Right now, it's the only lead I have. Hopefully tomorrow we can get more information.
If there were more and some commanding officer, well, whenever an incident happens revolving an officer and the general populace, to help the community regain composure and to remove any drama, typically the officer will be reassigned to a nearby city or town.
Just as the soldiers themselves were reassigned.
Yes, the members of the squad may have been given menial jobs, but perhaps whoever was there commanding is also here in Waterwheel.
Noted.
If that is the case and they know, what do you plan to do about it? We can't waltz into the barracks or anything like that. It's
No, we can't.
quite a bit harder, and it is quite a bit harder to fake reassigning an officer.
Yes. Well, I suppose we'll have to cross that bridge when it comes to it. And we'll have to cross the river first to help Anwar's family, because I might have very particular goals in mind, but I've still promised to my friend that I will help his family to safety.
If we don't learn the names from these men, they would have logs of who was assigned recently. If you know when your sister died, it would be close to that date. I'm sure we could attempt to find it.
Oh, trust me. I know when it happened.
Be dangerous, but it's a possibility as well.
All right, well, thank you for that. And here is your shield, sans Empire ornamentation. If you don't mind, I'm going to reconstruct said ornamentation into something else now.
Thank you very much. This surely will help us a great deal.
Yes. Now, if you don't mind, and she'll like hold the ornament and then her hammer or whatever, I'll get started on this other thing. Richard, did you plan on? Are we doing more tonight, or are we gonna pretty much close out?
No, I think this is it. Yeah, I just wanted to give everybody a chance to do any last final things, and then we'll pick up with all this stuff in the next episode.
Okay. She will just come back then to the group when she's done, and show off. So she's replacing the holy symbol on her sword now with the one from the Becoming. So she'll walk back to everyone with that, and she just kind of like, folded and whatever the old Empire thing into that. But I think I mentioned, I don't remember if it was off air or not, that she's going to take the cursed needle that we couldn't quite figure out what to do with and just kind of fold that into it so it's like encased in it and can't harm anybody.
Okay.
Yeah. Like kind of just knock the metal all around it just so it's kept safe inside of that.
Okay. And then when we sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say when she rejoins the group, she'll just inform them of that. Just like, so the needle that we couldn't decide what to do, consider it safe. It's embedded in here now, and I figure the safest place we could keep it is at our sides.
What are my dogs barking about? Alrighty, well, we'll call it there, and we will pick up next time. See y'all later, stream.
Okie dokie.
Stream.
Bye, stream. Where's the end screen? There it is. Bye.
In Hero Forge, I'm